Hello. Hi, everyone. Let me check to see if I'm using the right microphone. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Themis and Thoth. Grab your coffee, water, tea, whatever you're drinking, go and get that. I have to start off by saying that I am exhausted. I okay, first of all, y'all are welcome. You all are welcome. And here's why y'all are welcome. I had a great trip for the last 2 days. It was a work trip. I was up working late every single night this week pretty much. Cuz I went to New York and I was like dipping it and doing it in work actually. And so I decided to get room service and like do all that at night. And I went out, we celebrated yesterday. And this is not my dime. Remember this. I can fly or I can take the train or whatever. And so I decided I'm going to take the train because I like traveling, but I hate flying. So I took the train, and everyone who is leaving New York, they either left yesterday, but I couldn't because I had to stay longer, or they left today, right now, at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. No one can leave during the day because we have to work during the day, right? Like you have to work. The alternative, which was not even proposed, and because I wanted to be here to go live, because I wanted to be here to go live, I told and I asked if I could leave in the morning to get here before the workday start. Everyone looked at me like I was crazy. Why do you want to leave early? And I'm like, I just want to be home. But in truth, I wanted to do it because if I left at night, I couldn't do the live stream. So last night we went out to celebrate whatever was happening at work or whatever. And then I got home at like 1 ish. And then my train was at 6. So I left the place at 1. I got home at like one, closer to 2 actually. And then I had to be up by 5 to, and then I've been working. Like I haven't napped. I haven't, like, it is what it is. So I said all of that to let you all know that I am tired. My eyes are like not it. It is what it is, but I needed to be here because of all the foolishness that were happening. Um, and so thank you all for being here. I truly, 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 truly appreciate you all. Know that I don't see this as work. I see this as fun. um, and I do actually look forward to coming on live. And I will, I will wake up at 5 a.m. to get on a train to get back to where I live in order to be here in time to work and prepare for a live stream. So I truly appreciate y'all. I truly appreciate y'all. And I show up. I try to show up. All right. That out of the way, another story. Every time I go to New York, I'm reminded of how lucky I am to not be in New York. Because life and things move too quickly in New York. Every day there's a different restaurant you need to try, there's a different party at a condo you need to go to, there is a different networking meeting that you need to do. There's always something. And the way my life is set up, like I think a lot of people assume, and I don't know if rightfully or wrongfully, well, wrongfully, but I don't know if I give off this energy, but I think a lot of people assume because they reach out to me, that I'm just living it up. I'm a pretty boring person, and I will be on my couch with a blanket or two and a bunch of pillow, and I will binge watch everything. I will be on the Discord or binge watching something if I'm not working. I am not the going out type of person. like when I go out, I make a big deal out of it because I don't do it as often. I'm trying to do it more. So I don't know where it comes from that I'm like a big going out person, but I will travel to a different country in a minute. So Coco said, same. Right. When I was younger, I was like, I can't wait to get older. I'm going to be going out and I'm going to party and I'm going to live it up. And now that I'm older, I'm like, I'm feeling like the best thing for me is to get like a hot chocolate and lay on the couch and watch TV. And nobody got time to be going out, having people smoke all over you, touch you, like, ugh. Um, so that being said, let's do a funny story, a funny thing before we start. These two young ladies, I adore them, and I'm glad that I'm back to loving them because I really do like these people. Let's play this. Let me play this. I think this was funny. Hopefully, you all find it funny before we get into the actual topic today.
So where does this stuff go? Roses and everything, and hearts and tickets and cowboy hats? That is really, really nice, guys. But please, you don't need to send me money. Save your money. Honestly, truly. Oh, this is money you all are sending me? Oh, this is money? Now, how do I collect that? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Dollar make me holler.
So, which one are you? Are you a Holly or are you a Chloe? Are you a Holly or are you a Chloe? in my mind, in my mind, I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be a Chloe, but I'm a Holly. At deep down, I'm a. Yeah. Welcome everyone. I think I saw a sober boba. Welcome Coco the attorney. Everyone, welcome. I already did my opening on the Discord. I'm gonna take this off so I can shout. Let me shout. I already did my opening on the Discord, and let me just say this. I think humanity is something you earn, it's something that you should deserve, and you cannot become, if you believe people are bad, in an effort to defeat them, hopefully you don't become them. And I'm watching the kind of YouTube landscape now and just how people are engaging and all the stuff that is happening. All I can ask, and I'm not going to be specific because I don't want no parts of people problems, is one, hold people accountable, but also be respectful and understand that there is a human being. There's a human being under all the jokes that you make online. And I've seen a lot of people getting a lot of backlash, and I don't appreciate it. Call people by their name that they give to you, and just try your best. Try your best. You don't know what people are going through, so try to respect people. I say that, and I'm going straight into this mess right now. Do not, do not ever, for any reason, send me anything at all about Krishan Rock. Do not send me about a blue face. Do not tell me about their mom. I feel bad for that child, and that is the only person in that situation that I feel bad for. I do not care. If she wants to go to court and be leaving in handcuffs, that is on her. That poor child, like, if Blueface's father wasn't there to raise him, why y'all think he gonna raise a child? Everything that I have learned about Blueface and Krishan and whatever degenerate foolishness is happening over in their camp, I have learned that against my will. I do not look these people up. I do not engage with these people. I do not care about these people. I promise you, there is absolutely nothing happening in their world that I care to know about. That is it. That is my entire commentary. That is it. I do not engage with people like that, like at all. All right. That out of the way. That out of the way. Right after we talk about grace, that out of the way, let's get into this mess because I have gained some respect. Get the tomatoes ready for me. I've gained some respect for Joe Biden. I have gained some respect for Joe Biden. And that is because he did something that I don't think I could do. I don't know if I could do it, but I don't think I could do it. So let's talk politics quickly, and then we're gonna sign with love. Welcome to the membership. I'm gonna explain why. Yes, no, I know. Just kidding. Nope. I actually have. Let me explain in a minute. Let me explain because he did something that I couldn't do. Wait, someone said I thought you were gonna say Candace. Wait, y'all have to have more faith. Y'all have to have more faith in me than that. All right. So the other day, don't ask me the specific date. Hunter Biden was convicted for it was 3 counts, but essentially it was for having a firearm, um, lying to obtain a firearm that he was not taking or using illegal substances, right? So he's taking drugs of sorts, and he goes and gets a gun and lies on the form to get the gun, and he had it for like 11 days. Didn't do anything with it, didn't hurt anyone. And this was in 2018. And they found out, locked him up, or whatever, right? The issue that I have with this and what Joe Biden did that I couldn't do is if I had 2 sons, one of them passed from cancer, I believe it was, and the only living one is a wreck, essentially. And we are in a society, and I don't believe drugs should be illegal. Now, he lost the respect that he gained because he was front and center of the war on drugs, right? So, like, this is your fault that your son was a criminal, essentially. You were the architect for the bill that made your son a criminal. However, what I did appreciate, and I've been thinking about this, and my mom said, if you ever did something like that in a minute and I was a president, I would not have pardoned you. This is a federal crime. Joe Biden could have pardoned his son. Now, if he had done that, this would have been a political nightmare for him. However, I don't know that I could watch my only living son go to prison for a drug charge. I don't believe drugs should be. If he did something that I believe was like illegal, like super illegal, then period. But for you, one, using drugs and lying about the usage of drugs to obtain a firearm, i.e., Second Amendment, I don't know that I could just let my son go to jail. I am so sorry. And so, what does that mean? I should never be? Well, I can't be president. But if I could be president, does that mean I shouldn't? Because I do actually believe the right call. And I literally have been thinking about this all of like for the last week. I've been wondering whether or not I could let it happen. Like, even because nepotism, cronyism, call it all of the isms. I'm trying to figure out if I could let my only son go to prison. I don't know if he's probably not going to get sentenced to jail time. But I don't know if I could let my only son, probably due to my own fault, go to prison or be convicted of drug use, like No, I don't even feel like anyone should be convicted because one, it's not drug use, it's lying about the drug usage to obtain a weapon. And the second part of to obtain a weapon is what is like bothering me. Would I feel like that is so bad that he needs to be punished in this way, in this very political way? I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know if I would sacrifice my son in an effort to gain public favor in an election. Because the sentencing is literally up to the judge. The sentencing is literally up to the judge. So I don't know. I've always fancied myself to be a good person who does the morally right thing. And I don't believe this is morally right. And the only reason I don't believe pardoning him would be morally right is because there's so many other people without access to the kind of privilege that I would have as the president to pardon my son, that it would be so unfair for so many people to be going to jail for a person for drug usage on one level. Obviously, he's not going for drug usage again. He's going for lying about his drug usage to obtain a gun, which he had in his possession for 11 days. So, I don't know. I don't know that I could just sit. I don't. He'll be all right. By the way, I'm not. There's no sympathy for Joe Biden or Hunter Biden. They're too wealthy for me. They're out. No, but I don't know. Drop a one if you would let your son go to. Oh my God. Drop a one if you would let your child go to prison. When you had the power to pardon them for that specific crime, because if for other crimes I would, but for this specific crime, drop a one if you would let the child go to prison, and a two if you would do something. So a one if you would let a two. Let's see. I don't believe y'all, by the way. Nothing else here I'm going to believe, except if you put two. Wait, so y'all would just, I don't know, I couldn't do it. He needed a weapon to fight off them drug dealers. Kilo. All right, it's mixed. It's mixed. It is mixed. I don't know. Because uh, let's continue down this political conversation. Joe Biden is now up in terms of public favor around this. And the Trump campaign cannot use that he's weaponizing his justice system, because this is a perfect example of how he could have, but didn't, use his power to free his son. I promise you, I don't know this for sure, but I believe with everything in me, if this were Trump, all his kids would be free. He would pardon them in a minute. I believe if this were Trump, he would pardon all of them people. He wants to pardon himself. Trump was trying to figure out if he could pardon himself for federal crimes while he was in prison, while the Russia investigation. Yeah, I don't look. I may be stepping out of bounds here, but I don't think Trump cares about a democracy. I don't think Trump cares about a individual liberty. I don't think he cares about a constitution, right? And watching a convicted felon, Trump is a convicted felon. And if y'all are out there, the Trump supporters who are like ready to get typed, you can type and get dragged, because it is what it is. The fact that Trump was out here talking about lock her up, the fact that Trump is out here still calling the Biden crime family, while he's the one out here, I guess Hunter Biden now is also convicted. We gonna watch two old men on our TV debating. One of them is a convicted felon, and the other one's son is a convicted felon, and they're just gonna be yelling at each other. This should actually be quite interesting. Oh my God. I'm ending that thought. I don't care. I'm just gonna watch it for the entertainment now. That's all I'm gonna do. Just Asher has been a member for 6 months. Thank you so much. Fa says, I will accompany him to prison with a bag of Floritos he can snort. My career is too important. Drop these kids. A period. I don't know. The gun thing might change my opinion. All right. So that out of the way, let's get into some serious topics. First of all, we're going to start with Tyla. We're starting with Tyla. I understand wanting community. I understand wanting so desperately to see yourself in someone else that you are willing to make them who you are, to believe that there is something about them that is you, right? I can understand that on a fundamental level. I can also understand low self esteem. I don't know if it's low self esteem, but I'm going to go with low self esteem. Here's why: the fact that people are so viciously, no, not Tyla. Isn't her name Tyla, the girl that sing Water and Art? I literally thought she said, I will be your auntie in the song ART. When she said ART, I thought she was saying, I'll be your aunt, your auntie. And I was like, all right, girl, maybe that's a South African thing when you say, I can be your auntie. Girl, when I heard, this is such a sidetrack. I literally thought this lady was saying, I can be your auntie. And I was like, I mean, period. The song is cute, so I guess I can be your auntie. I'll be your auntie. Anyway. Girl, when I looked it up and saw, oh, I don't know how I found out, but I found out it was ART. I was like, all right, girl. All right. Anywho. Anywho, why do people get so aggressively upset when a mixed race person says they are mixed race, or that they're not black, or not just black, that they are mixed and they identify as mixed? And in Tyler's case, they identify as colored. Why are people so upset? Please note, I became American. I grew up in a culture where if you weren't black, you were white. Unfortunately, for a lot of biracials in Jamaica, they were called white. It it was what it was. Black people in Jamaica was like, white men, can you do this? White men, can you do that? To a very clearly biracial person, right? And so in the UK, they don't call them black either. And so like you can self-identify as black, and you can culturally identify as black, but it feels very specifically an American invention. And we can talk about the one drop rule, which I'm not going to get into. I want to get into what I believe to be a psychology of current America, where I have seen someone, a black person, literally yell at a biracial person, trying to convince the biracial person that they're self-hating because the biracial person said, I am not black, I am biracial. Now, in retrospect, the black person yelling was correct because that person turned out to be a very, very much pro uh, race realist kind of person in uni, right? So, like, yes, you were right. But like, I'm still using that. It is wrong. It is so fundamentally wrong to have someone have, let's say, a white mother, right, who carry that child and birth that child, to care of that child, for you to want that child to erase their whiteness and proximity to whiteness. I don't understand why you would do that. And you cannot say I love being black, and I'm not saying it should be exclusive and exclusionary in this way, but to want to fight people to be it. If someone says I am not black and you are proud of your blackness, you don't then attack them and try to beg them and shove them into blackness. That is not right. I don't believe that is right. Now, should we have strict rules? Sure. But it is wild to me to see people drag this girl all over the internet. Like, even in the shade room comments, people are like, why don't she want to be? First of all, there's a cultural difference. Where in South Africa, she would be considered colored. Now, I'm talking as if I've always known this. I learned this like a couple months ago when it first came out, and then I looked it up and I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. So I just don't understand how we project so much of our own insecurity around blackness onto everyone, and we're trying to force people into blackness. And I am saying that I'm not arguing from a perspective of, oh, this person think they're better than you or that person think they're better than you. I'm I'm seeing it from a black perspective where I am proud to be black. Let's be very clear. And you have but one time to tell me you're not black. I don't actually care about your skin tone. I don't care about your phenotype. You got one time to tell me you're not black and you're not black. In my book, whatever if you say you're not black, you're not black. Now, what the world see you as, I don't care. And so I never understood why something so precious in my mind, blackness, people are so viscerally reactive when someone say they're not black. Tyla, for most of Tyla's life, when she goes into the world, most people will not perceive her as black. It is what it is. Maybe in the US, but outside of the US, most people, if she comes to Jamaica, she's Indian. If she go to Jamaica, she Indian. She either Indian or white. In Jamaica, no one in Jamaica gonna call her black. And I think that there is a kind of unwillingness to engage more globally with kind of how culture operates, how race operates outside the context of the US. And I don't think that's right. Hey, Sin. By the way, I saw that you went live. I did not watch your live because um you talked about someone that I do not want to I don't want my views on this to I don't want anyone to like shape my views on it. And it's the thing that happened with the young man from Power. Um Michael Rainey Jr., I think his name is. I don't know this man. I just saw his name, but I saw the clip and I know there's a lot of people talking about it. I chose intentionally to not watch anyone who talked about it. And the reason is if I am to be dragged today, I am to be dragged because that girl was out of line and he should probably file. We'll get there. We're not getting there yet. But if you think I'm just going to be if you think I'm going to be sympathetic to the young lady who did what she did, let me already tell you, absolutely not. No. She should probably, he should press charges. I would press charges. I also have my own story that I will tell when I get to that point, but we will get there when we get there. Black Americans are currently being dragged, and rightfully so, by the diaspora for trying to force others to identify as black when they are not. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree. Completely agree with you. I there's an issue here where you cannot just try to tell people they are black. Let people be. And I think there is a kind of unlearning that needs to happen around blackness. That it is not bad. And I feel like the way in which we perceive blackness is not good. And so the more we open it up in my mind, the more people are like, oh, it's not that bad. No. It's never bad. It has never been bad. It is our programming, even in, I hate doing this because I'm Christian, but I hate doing this. Even the idea that black means sin, I think is a huge problem in terms of how we engage with each other, how we see each other, and how we even see our skin tone. And I do think that's the problem. I wish there was a quick answer as to how we deal with the self-esteem generally, so that we can take pride in our blackness and we don't need validation in terms of having people who are not in fact black representing blackness. That is wild to me. It is wild to me that people are online dragging this Tyla, like that people were dragging Tyla for not claiming her blackness. I don't like that. The fact that she, in my mind, she feels like she's struggling between wanting to respect the black culture while also seeing herself as colored from her own culture, right? And wanting to break through in the American market feels like people are saying, well, you're either black or you can't break through. Well, maybe she should break through. If you only support her because she black, girl, is she talented? Wait, is she talented? Wait, is Tyler talented? She's cute. She's a beautiful woman. But is she can dance. She can dance. She can dance. So I'll give her talent at dancing. If we can give Sierra talent, we can give Wait, give me a moment. Give me a moment. This ain't right. This ain't right. I'm a refresh. It's not shade. It no, I'm not. Y'all play too much. I'm gonna move on. I'm moving on. Career is singing they not like us while screaming we the same. Kendrick would be sad. Thank you. I thought we just had a cultural revolution in with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. And we were all hyped talking about you're not like us. And now yeah, agreed. Sorry, I'm uncomfortable because I don't like I like Tyler, I like Tyler's music. But like dancing is a talent. I get it, Themis. You don't have to explain. Welcome back. Thank you. Someone said, no, I didn't do C. Wait. I like Sierra too. All right. I am very critical of music, specifically vocal ability. I'm very, very critical. And so I apologize. I am not meaning to throw shade. I actually really like Sierra. I love some of Tyler's song. Okay, I only know two Tyler songs, ART and Water. Those are the only two songs I know from her. I am so sorry. What's her name? Ira Star. I'm more of an Ira Star type person. I like her vocals. Um, but it is what it is. If Tyler was a man, they wouldn't try to force her to claim black. They only do this with Mariah Carey and Tyler. I wonder why sarcasm. I think I know where you're going, but I don't get this. Like, men are going to do what men do. What surprises me is black women mad she's not claiming blackness. That's what surprised me. And by the way, I'm not putting Ira against Tyler. It is what it is. You're both amazing. I just have a preference for who I like musically more. But I think they're both talented and they deserve what they get. And it is what it is. Like, I'm not going to justify. Do what y'all want. I'm not justifying my preference. I am not justifying my musical preferences, girl. Absolutely. I refuse. And both of them come second to Thames. So like um putting women against each other. Is Elon Musk black too by one Trump standards, considering almost all Afrikaners have so no the yeah, I don't understand it. I do, and I think we have to grapple with some deep insecurities being descendants of slaves ourselves. I think we have a lot of unlearning to do, and it is what it is. She's trying to appease whiny black Americans because she actually does need us in order to successfully cross over. It's sad. We need to stop. I think so too. And that's the thing. Regardless of her race, if you like her music, you should like her music for that. If you don't, then don't listen to her. The issue is when you start hearing the first black woman to win this or the first black woman to win that, you are now going to start reconsider whether or not she's black. And I think that is unfair to force her to identify as black and then be mad at her when she gets accolades for black specific genre or anything like that, or be making history as the first black. I mean, to be fair, I don't see her make. So my friends in New York are really shady. And I think I brought some of that. I don't know how to say this. I don't think she's going. Period. I'm not going to finish that thought. I'm not finishing that thought. Let's just say we might not have anything to worry about. I don't know. I feel like I'm coming off as a hater, and I don't like that because I do actually like those two songs from Tyler. I don't think her identifying as colored is a problem. I think it's the space that she occupies that people have a problem with. Um, I don't know if people have a problem with the space. I think people have a problem with her not claiming and being black. Like, people want her to say, I'm a black woman. And I feel like that's an unfair request from someone who has been colored their entire life. Thank you, by the way. Someone said not too much. I like her. I like her. I think she is such a beautiful woman. I feel like she's like, is this objectifying? I don't know. I hope not. I apologize in advance. She looks like a doll, like the Bratz doll. Like not in a bad way. The Bratz doll are beautiful. Like, she looked like a really pretty. Like, she just looks beautiful. I think she's really beautiful. But the singing, the singing could take some work. Could use some work. Black women don't understand that to claim biracial as black is to nullify their own existence. Well, it is saying that another race of black, white, another race of women can create, or another race of man can create black, and that's wild. But yeah, no, I think she's super pretty. All right. So let's get into some foolishness right now. And Tyler put out a statement. Girl, ain't nobody trying to hear any of this. She says, where is it? Never, blah, blah, blah. Never denied my blackness. I don't know where that came from. I am mixed. All right, I don't care. She said she's a black woman in America. And there, y'all welcome. Y'all forced me to be a black woman in America, so I'm a black woman in America. Now that she's a black woman in America, please, please, please do not be mad at her for winning Black Woman Awards. Because y'all forced her to be a black. I'm not reading that. I read it before, but I looked at it. I was like, do I really? No, no, I don't wanna. Mm-mm. All right, so let's talk about Michael Rainey Jr. I'm just gonna call him Junior because I can't. Um, I won't play the video. But he went on someone named Tyla. I don't know if it's Tyla or Ty Little. Um, And while he was there on the live stream, because apparently live streaming is where it's at, this is what everyone is doing, and the gamers and the kids on what's that thing called? I don't know. He went on, and this young lady decided that she was going to sexually assault him. That is what happened here. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about what took place here. This lady sexually assaulted this man. I don't know her age. I don't know why there are so many kids there. I, again, won't play the video, but this is inappropriate. It is wrong. And it is wild to me that Twitch, thank you, that there are, this is her brother's stream. And I don't know anything about these people. I could have gone back to watch multiple other streams, but I have a life and I'm not doing that. I do actually want to consider for a moment what could be in this woman, young girl's head for her to do what she did, right? I think that is an important conversation about what led her to this. Is there something that they do on their stream? Do she, does she engage this way with other men around? Does the brother know about this? Because the brother did come out after talking about that's my sister, not too much on my sister, but quickly apologized in like a note. I'm assuming he didn't write it, but his PR people wrote it that. So I do actually think it is important to acknowledge that this is bad behavior and we need to figure out where this kind of bad behavior came from. I'm going to point that out first. Second, I'm going to press charges. If I were Mr. Rainey Jr., if I were Junior, I am pressing charges. Not only because you did this, but you did it so publicly. And I think we need to start sending the message that this is not okay for men or women. I think that is very important. And I am so sorry to this young lady, but if that were me, you would have become an example. I would have made you an example. I would have. I would have. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care how you feel about this kind of engagement. This is inappropriate. It is wrong. You do not engage with people like this, period. Like, not a man, not a woman. And I don't like the comments that I saw under the shade room about him needing to man up, which we will get to because 50 Cent is a problem. And let me show you a comment right now, which I am going to make 50 Cent the center of this live stream or this part of the discussion because of this comment right here. Hopefully, I'm wrong about Themis on Rainey's situation, that he won't focus on 50 Cent rather than the victim care or how we as a society should respond. It is impossible for me to talk about how we as a society should respond without pointing out how 50 Cent's response is reflective of a broken culture that tells young boys that they should quote unquote man up when they're being sexually assaulted. What do you mean I should not focus on 50 Cent? Rather, I should focus on the victim and how we as a society should respond. How can I focus on how we as a society should respond if I don't talk about 50 Cent? How? How? When it is in fact the quintessential reaction, this is what is expected in the Black community. And no, I'm not just talking about American Black community. I'm talking about Jamaican Black community. It is wild to me, and I have to point out that I did go to Carnival, right? And I do think context matters. And I laughed about it and it was fun, but someone did something very similar to me at Carnival as a grown man. And I let it go because of the context we were in. And I think, I mean, there was so much happening there, and it was fine. I talked about it after Carnival on this live stream. And as soon as this happened, I was like, I was annoyed by this and I wanted to talk about it, but I remember laughing about my own experience. And there is something there, I think, that I need to address, but I think the context of the carnival matters. I think the context matters. I think the fact that everyone was dancing with everyone matters. And I still think it was inappropriate with me, definitely in this context. You see a young man watching, playing a game, talking, and in the presence of multiple other people, in the presence of everyone, in the presence of children, you're going to go up to him and you're going to engage in the way that you did, and you thought that was okay? Like, I'm trying to figure out, because not only was this sexual assault, this is one of the dumbest things you could have done on, like, you are on a live stream. What do you think was going to happen? Do you think he was going to be like, okay, yeah, that's fine? Even if he wanted to, you're on a live stream. Like, that is wild to me. So let's get into 50 Cent's response. I feel like Black Americans need Tyler to be the ideal Black woman because of internal discomfort on their own identity as Black. We should respect her culture. I agree with this. Thank you. You've been a member for 22 months. I appreciate that. Essay is not a laughing matter. It is not a joke. And when it happens to women, we should treat it with the kind of seriousness that it's requiring. Similarly, for men, young boys who are being abused grow up a lot of the time to turn into men that you all hate. A lot of these young men, and I'm thinking about Little Boosie and how he paid for strippers to go with his very, very young, I think, nephew and son. I know his nephew was a part of that, right? And we treat this as if it's normal. We introduce sex to young boys at such an early age. We engage in sexual assault against young boys, and then we sit around wondering why it is that young boys grow up and they are so promiscuous and that they engage the way they do, they disregard women. I don't understand this. I literally don't understand how we don't see the causal nexus between how we treat young boys in terms of sexual assault and how we tell them, and by we, I'm specifically talking about Black men, Black women engage in this way, right? And we tell them that it is fine, it is you becoming a man. That is wild. And for the women who are engaging with young boys in this way, it is a problem. Now, I don't know these two people's age, but sexual assault is sexual assault, and he should be pressing charges. I fully support him pressing charges. Um, I saw a comment about Nicki Minaj. I saw what's happening with Nicki Minaj. It's fine. Like I see it. I'm not going to discuss it. I wish her the best. And that's all I can say about that. If that man and her break up and that man says, I need money because I've grown accustomed to a certain lifestyle and she should pay me. I know that they said they were not breaking up and we saw them going on a private jet. I would be fully in support of him getting money. And we can drop the link and we can debate on that. He has gotten accustomed to a certain lifestyle that Nikki gave him. And so if you want money, sorry, I don't know why I went there, but like I had to. She sexualized and objectified him the same way that Black men do this woman, and she thought that he would like. Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. My apologies if I can't explain. Let drop a one. Let me know if you would like to come up and explain your viewpoint, because it sounded to me like you wanted me to ignore the fact that we created a culture that forces young men into engaging in things that they are not ready for and not comfortable with, and we tell them that what they experienced was an SA, and if they are crying about it, want to go to therapy about it, want to press charges, that they are weak and that they should not engage that way and they should, quote unquote, again, man up. That's what we tell them. And so the culture that have young men feeling like they don't have a voice and that what women hold the key, right? Remember that conversation where we're having where like women hold the key, in a paradigm where women hold the key when we're talking about sex, it means this would be fine. It is not, because women don't hold the key to sex. Consent is the key to sex. Both parties who engage should be of age and consenting. So this idea that women hold the key is a ridiculous red pill talking point that is disgusting and degenerate, and we know it's not true because this man was uncomfortable, and this is in fact sexual assault that something should be done about. Now, people could say, how are you on and on about this, and why can't you just let it go? They're both nothing. Now, 50 Cent is this man's boss. And I only know that because I Googled Mr. Rainey Jr. And I Googled it, and apparently he's working on one of 50 Cent's show. I don't watch none of 50 Cent's shows. It is what it is. If it's good, it's good. I watched one episode of not Empire, that's Lee Daniels, the other one. And I'm not about to do that, but I understand why people like it. It's not my cup of tea. It is what it is. Um, but let's get into what 50 Cent, who is his employer, mind you, which adds another level of just degenerate power trip. That power, that's the name of the show, not Power Trip. And then I realized it's Power. It just adds another level of coercion into making this man conform into something that he's not. If he's uncomfortable, he's uncomfortable. But let's get into Diddy. And then we're going to get into Shannon Sharpe, and you guys can start seeing the culture blend. Like, hopefully, right after we talk about Diddy, right after we talk about 50 Cent, right? And his approach, we are going to then talk about Shannon Sharpe and his response to Ray J. And tell me if you don't see a trend. I see a trend, but maybe you all don't see a trend. I see a trend. It is a toxic culture that forces men into becoming these super hypersexual beings. And it is a problem. It is a problem. She sexualize and objectify him in the same way that black men do this to women. And she thought he would like it. I don't know why. I don't know why. So this is what 50 Cent had to say, which, oh my, degenerate. He goes, and for me, I read this as a threat. Let me just say this. If I were Mr. Junior, if I were Junior right now, I would probably be fixing to file a lawsuit. I mean, isn't this show going to get canceled soon? I don't know. 50 Cent said, wait, sexual assault? From a male perspective, this was an aggressive advance. LOL. He's fine. No charges are being pressed. Who told you that? How do you make such a statement publicly about a situation if he had not confirmed to you that he wasn't going to press charges? Someone said she might be mentally unstable. Then sue her brother. He invited you. This is his stream. I'm sure if he has a stream, and if I'm assuming it's big enough, if he can get Michael Rainey Jr. there, if if it's big enough, it's probably an LLC. Sue the streamer. What do you like? That's not an excuse. If she was and she's done something like this before, then keep her away. What do you mean he's fine? No charges are being pressed. Who said that? Because what he came out, what Mr. Rainey Jr. came out and said was not that. He says, at this point, everyone has seen the video circulating online. I'm still in shock and don't fully know how to process what happened last night. This is an unfortunate situation that I do not condone in any way. I can't take it lightly because I would be in serious trouble if the roles were reversed. I disagree that his reasoning is good. You shouldn't take it lightly because it shouldn't be taken lightly. It is not because if the roles were reversed, you would be in trouble. That is true. That is true. But that's not why you shouldn't take it lightly. You shouldn't take it lightly because sexual assault should not be taken lightly at all. Period. Point blank. But I see what you're saying there. The fact is, sexual assault is never okay, regardless of gender or status. We are all human and we should respect each other. Most importantly, we should always respect ourselves. Yeah, it was a lack of self respect for me. That was a drag, and I appreciated it. I did appreciate it. I would press charge against him and 50. Her, him, 50, everyone, if I were Mr. Rainey Jr. After the actions that occurred during my live stream, this is the brother. Last night, I would like to sincerely apologize to Michael and his family for what took place. My little sister was completely wrong and out of line. What she did was very inappropriate and unacceptable. I am truly embarrassed and disgusted by her actions. I completely respect whatever direction Michael wants to go in this situation. After watching the clip, I was completely taken back by what she done. I will take extreme precautions with future streams to avoid similar issues and have banned her from participating in future streams. I do not condone any type of assault. I don't think he wrote this, but regardless, I appreciate that. Now, file, press those charges. I know y'all are probably like, why are you focused on? I want those charges pressed, and I want them pressed because I think that for so long we we haven't engaged fully with the kind of culture of like hypersexuality and the comfort of other people. And I think it is important to note that it is mainly, from my experience and from the research, it is from the man to the woman, right? But it does happen the reverse from women to men. It tends, however, to happen from women to younger boys. And that is a problem. I know this happens because anecdotally, I've spoken to many people, men, who talk about their quote unquote sexual experience as children, and they refuse to accept that what they went through was not dating, it wasn't cute, and it wasn't good. That was RAPE. When you are 12, quote unquote, dating a 21-year-old, that 21-year-old is a predator. Point blank, period. And the culture will tell you, oh no, you're fine. In Jamaica, mind you, a lot of young middle school and high school boys were dating grown women. Now, I must point out that all the girls, not all, most of the girls were dating older men. It was mainly girls, but there were a lot of boys too dating and getting a lot of gifts from older women. They weren't dating. This was predatory. It was. And I do actually hate that in Jamaica, there would be grown men, we call them uncles who are hanging around the neighborhoods, who are talking to young boys about these young boys' experience with older women, and they're just laughing and pretending like it's normal. And they will shame you if you at 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 weren't sleeping with older women. If you say no, you were shamed. There is a culture, and I'm speaking from my own anecdotal experience in Jamaica. Thank God for my mom, um, who definitely was like, yeah, absolutely not. It is wrong. And my dad, too. I actually don't talk about my dad on here, but like, he's solid for on that. He was like, absolutely not. You do not touch him. You do not talk to him. You do not engage with him. He is closed off. Call him degenerate. Like you. He said, sorry, this is not funny, but he was funny in that like he was like, don't go over there with the degenerates, and he was dead wrong because anyway. So like I can appreciate being isolated and placed in a bubble of protection in that way. But from that sense of protection, I had to listen to young men who bragged at the time about the older women they were sleeping with and knowing how wrong it was, knowing that that one woman was sleeping with multiple young boys in the neighborhood and everyone knew about it. That was disgusting. And then I came to the US, and it did happen here too. A lot less so in the US, a lot less accepted, but it was a known secret in the US. 50 Cent's response, I think, is why sexual assault against men and boys doesn't get taken seriously. Yeah, they downplay it themselves, then bring it up when women talk about SA as a whataboutism. I agree. I agree. They don't actually care. No, they don't actually. That's the problem. 50 cents, this is why it is important to use 50 Cent as the jumping off point for the conversation. I think he represents most directly the culture. Unlike anyone else who engaged with what happened to Michael on the live stream, 50 Cent's response is indicative of the culture where boys are told, well, if you didn't like it, your tool is to do this, and therefore it wouldn't have happened. Thus, you cannot be odd and you cannot be sexually assaulted. That is the conclusion being drawn, and that is the kinds of discussions we are having. It is wrong. It is absolutely wrong. And it's absolutely wild too. Because if you know anything about anatomy, that's not how that works. And so that's the first front, right? The second level is after you've done this to a young person, boy or girl, what do you think happens to that person as they start developing? And I'm not just talking about kids, because Michael, I think, is 21, 22, 23. I don't know how old this man is, and I don't plan on looking it up either, because it doesn't actually matter his age. What was done to him was wrong. What do you think happened to these people? And we know it because Boosie came out and talked about it so publicly as if it was something to brag about. Boosie, mind you, is all up in everyone else's business about how they're raising their children. Meanwhile, he is buying prostitutes. In any case, in any case, we're going to move along and get to something related. This is a clip from Club Shay Shay. Now, the reporter guy is talking about he's not watching Club Shay Shay, whatever. I don't care about any of that. I just want you to listen to the part of the conversation because I'm not going back. I'm not watching those long episodes of Shannon Sharpe stumbling over his words, not knowing how to engage with people, don't know how to ask a good question. The only person he had any kind of real energy for seemed to have been Amanda Seals. That is it. That is all. At no other point does this man engage in any meaningful discourse. So I don't know why people care what Shannon Sharpe doesn't have to say, but it is important how he responded to Ray J, because Ray J is going to tell a story of him growing up and being dirty. At what age was he? 14, quote unquote, dating a 30. That is a predator girl. Like, what do you mean? And the fact that Shannon Sharpe doesn't skip a beat in the conversation when a man is in front of you telling you that at 14 he was in bed with a 34-year-old, if that doesn't set off alarm, it is because you've accepted that culturally as a norm, as if that is okay. That's what that means. Now, Ray J probably lying. Ray J probably made the story up. I don't trust nothing Ray J says. I don't watch a Ray J. I don't engage with a Ray J. I only know one wish from Ray J, and that's where my story about Ray J begins and ends. Like, I don't care, right? About Ray J. What I do care about is him telling a story, right, about abuse when he was a child, and the man he's talking to, without skipping a beat, engages without acknowledging in any meaningful way the fact that that was abuse that he went through. That is wild to me. The fact that without skipping a beat, he just went into, oh, y'all were dating. Oh, a 14-year-old was dating a 34-year-old. You don't, nothing stirred in you. You felt absolutely no way. You didn't feel like, oh wait, I probably should talk about this. Maybe I should talk about it off camera. You don't understand how the culture of abuse is perpetuated when we tell men that this is dating. You don't understand that? So we're silencing women who are being abused. We're not believing them. We're not engaging with their stories. And men and boys who are being abused, we're doing the exact same thing to them, except those boys grow up to become Ray J's of the world and run amok. I just don't understand. Like, the causal link is very clear to me. He needs to man up and put that essay case on her. I think so. I think he needs to put an essay case on her. The fact I'm very I am excited looking in the chat and seeing that so many of y'all agree with me. And I didn't want to look at anyone else's review of this. The reason is I didn't want it to shade. I know how I felt, I know what I thought, and I wanted to make sure that I was staying true to what it is that I believe, because I saw so many people that I respected go covering it, and I was like, I just can't. I'm not looking at it at all. I'm not looking at what anyone else has to say. But I appreciate that. I like that we all I like that we agree. I love that. I actually love that. And I think I knew your opinion, I think, but I didn't want to look. Grown men grab attractive men stuff in the club regularly. The man only complain if he's not attractive. It is a rite of passage. Grown women, it is wrong and it is sexual assault. Here's the thing that is super important. When people engage, you leave it up to the other person to decide how to interpret how you engage. I think it is wild, though. I think it is wild to put your hands on someone else in this way, man or woman. I think that is wild. And I do think there should be recourse. I think there should be recourse. And I make a personal vow to myself, honestly, to take stuff like this in my own life more seriously, because I do find it weird, like when I'm out dancing, someone will grab different parts of my body, and like I just kind of walk away and leave and just be like done the entire time. And so like I have to own that in my own mind, that like I know it's wrong and I can press charges, but I don't, because I can shake this off. It is wrong. You should not expect a guy, I'm not talking to you, Ultimate Enigma. You should not expect a guy to just brush it off. If you know something is wrong, just don't do it. Like, it is that simple. When it comes to other people's bodies in particular, if you know something is wrong, don't do it. Because I will drag the man for days on end if they engage this way. Let's hear what Shannon Sharpe had to say. Again, I don't know why people go on the. Oh my god. Well, I know why Ray J would go on it. It's not like Ray J is doing anything. If he is, I apologize. I don't know it.
You went after some older women, bro.
He's good.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm looking at it, I'm like,
listen.
Is it true, kid? If I go out of bed, good, yeah.
Shay, you have a fucking book.
My team good, man. The team good, man. Was it the allure of an older woman? It was the fact that somebody was like 15, 20, 30 years older than you. What was your attraction? Was it the name? Was it the allure? What was it?
You know, with an older woman back in the day when I was like 15, 14, I had a girl, she was like 34. I was like 14. How long is that? 14, 20.
That's 19, 20 years.
20 years older. What the older woman made me realize was that I was dirty. And I needed to be cleansed.
Yeah.
I need to be cleansed. I was dirty, right? Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty-minded, dirty in the field, and bodily dirty. So my little 30-year-old, like she was, I think 34, I'm gonna say D, you know what I'm talking about. So I would go over to her house, she had all white, And what happened was she told me to take a shower one day before I got in her bed. So I took a shower. I took that, rubbed myself. I thought I did. I mean, everywhere. Shit. I get out the shower and I take the white towel and I dry myself off. And the towel, dirty as a dirty, it's still dirty. Yeah. I mean, I probably bathed myself drying off better than I did in the shower, right? Towel dirty in the motherfucker. So she started tripping. That ain't how it goes. So she put me in the tub in roses and bathed me every night until I got in the bed. And the tub was, I mean, it was unsittable. Nobody could sit in there after that. It was just a pool with the ring around it. It was really dirty. Yeah. So they really taught me how to be clean. And that's why I love an older woman, because they really just, they like bathed me. They cleansed me of all dirt and all sin back in the day. And I'll never forget them.
You still interested in older women?
I'm old now, so I don't know. It's too old now. I mean, we talking 80, 90, like 90.
Okay. So I don't know how true the story is, right? Like, I don't know. So you're telling me your mom and dad did not teach you how to shower? So that's the weird thing about the story. Also, she cleansed me of all my sins is a wild statement. Like, how did she cleanse? Were you being baptized? That don't make no sense. So, like, the way he frames the story feels like it is for like maximum impact. And so I'm not sure how to digest the story. Like, I have to own that. Like, I don't know how, like, I don't know how to metabolize this. But I do know that the scenario he painted outside the bathing and wiping away his sin and using a towel and it turned black. Like, I don't outside of that, the context for the story, I believe, is statutory rape. Plain and simple. Unless they were in Alabama, girl, I don't know what you're talking about. So it feels like he's telling this story to another man, and they're in sync with kind of this being a dating experience. And at no point does the frequency shifts or there is an objection on either party's side that a 14 and a 34-year-old woman are like nothing, like no one engaged, like it doesn't like trigger anything. Like, I hear this, I'm like, wait, you are how old? Dating how old? Like, none of that happened. It just kind of like, yeah, we were dating. It's like, so what does, for me, like, anecdotes are not that useful insofar as making general statements, right? They are useful when we are trying to figure out what people accept and why, right? And from that, you can get into broader theories about the world or about a community or a culture and how they engage. And so, if you couple that with other celebrities, Lil Boosie, all of the people, Lil Wayne actually talked about his own experience and him talking about it not in the way of sort of saying I went through this traumatic experience and I had to go through therapy or whatever I needed to do to get over it. No, it is being glorified, right? And when we glorify this kind of engagement at younger and younger and younger age, we're literally just creating a bunch of men, right, that do not know how to function in the world, how to relate to women. Little Boosie paying women, grown women, to engage with children is going to mess up the development of this child. It has to. You cannot always think, you can't separate the woman from the act in this way when you're a child. And then how do you think about woman? How do you think about womanhood as a man if that's how you engage? If you see your dad paying women to do all kinds of things with you as a child, what do you think about women as you grow up? Like, this is a legitimate question. And I'm not just using Little Boosie as an individual, I'm using him as a representation for the kinds of men who would engage this way. Then I'm using 50 Cent as a kind of man who accept and perpetuate this culture. And then you look at Shannon Sharpe, who just accept that this is what it is, and that a 14-year-old boy being molested in some ways and being argued by a 34-year-old woman is dating that woman is wild. This is predatory behavior. This is predatory behavior. Point blank, period. There is no ifs, ands, or but about it. It is predatory. And so we traumatize girls, we traumatize boys, and then we raise them up, traumatize, and tell them to go in the world and figure it out, and then not talk about how to like fix that which we've broken. I think this is disgusting. I think it's degenerate, and I understand in some ways why the culture is the way that it is. Now, I'm going to get into a story. It's not a palate cleanser. It is this young lady. She's in Florida, I think. And she came on TikTok, I believe, thanks to Yanni for putting the story together because I got the full story here. Apparently, she came back and did some updates. I'm not about to do the updates, but I'm leaving that because, like, I just don't want to deal with this. I have my own family experiences where people I'm close to in my family have came out and told me about their experience with people, other people, and in the neighborhood that I used to live in Jamaica. And like thinking about Ray J, specifically Ray J's situation, is very triggering for me. So I'm just going to just move on. Like there is a whole other part of my outline about hypersexuality, the psychological studies behind how a boy in particular who've been exposed to sexual conduct at an early age will grow up to, and usually grow up to being someone who becomes a hypersexual being, and what it does to a young person's psyche, who experience that kind of trauma, because it is traumatic, right? So I'm just gonna move on from that, like without like a good segue. And instead of going following the outline, I'm just gonna go to this lady because she does most of the talking. And we'll discuss this. This part should be, I was gonna say a lot less intense, but it's still intense. The issue I have here is I don't give dating advice. Go forth and do whatever you want. What I am doing here is I'm reviewing what she is saying. I am not giving you advice. Please don't take my advice. If I tell you to do something and then you see me out in the street dipping it and doing it, don't tell me I'm a hypocrite because I'm not giving you advice. I don't give people dating advice, but I want to review this because I heard some of it and I was like, yeah, we need to talk. I need to talk about it. Wasn't there a college that did a study about what men view as consent? And yeah, there's a bunch of those actually. There's a bunch of those. Gab, exactly. I don't give advice, but all right. So let's get into this. I wanted to open the panel and I was going to put this last, but I'm going to do it now. I don't know what the follow up is. I'm not finding this latest TikTok. I am so sorry to this young woman. I don't feel like it. And was doing the initial story.
I don't want to talk too much. I just wanted to get this story out on my platform because this story is insane. It was sent to me by a subscriber, supporter of mine, and I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and get into this crazy story time about a woman who went on a date accidentally with a passport bro.
Y'all, when I tell you trigger warning, there is going to be some wild things said and discussed in this video because what I'm about to tell y'all about is literally mind-blowing. Like, I know they said the dating pool got a little bit of pee in it. Baby, this is acid. This is acid in the pool, okay? One. Before I get into the story, I just want to say I've already contacted the police. I just feel like I need to tell this publicly because I do feel concerned for my safety. And this person clearly wants attention, so I'm going to give them the attention that they're so desperately looking for. 2 weeks ago, I went on a date with a man named Jerome King.
Baby, the first red flag for me is already his name. Jerome
messaged me on social media. I'm assuming that he's followed me for a while. I did not become aware of him until he messaged me a couple of weeks ago. He asked to take me on a date. Me being newly single, clearly unadjusted to what's out here in the world. But I decided, sure, why not? I know that I have a large social media following. I'm not the type of person that's super caught up in that, but I forget that not everybody feels that way and not everybody recognizes that social media is just a number and people are just people. Jerome suggested that we go to Nikki Beach or Komodo, which if you're not from Miami or familiar with, both of those are really nice restaurants. Nikki Beach, I was already familiar with. Komodo, I was not. So we initially decided to go to Nikki Beach, but it rained that day, so we changed our plans and decided to go to Komodo. Once we got to Komodo, overall, I would say I had a decent time. There were some things that happened that I was a little concerned about, but at the end of the day, it's the first date, so it's not like I'm going to be like super picky about these things. I feel like we're just supposed to be getting to know each other, having some fun, enjoying each other's company. And for the most part, I did enjoy his company the first time that we hung out. After we finished eating at Komodo's, he suggested that we go to a bar around the corner. So we did. I told him that it had to be fast because the ballet was going to end and I had my car in ballet. He said it was going to be fast. We ended up going to the bar. While we're at the bar, he's saying some things to me, that indicate to me that he's very interested in me, such as, he wants to give me 3 kids and like he's, just a lot.
All right. Not in her. It is a her issue. How do I put this? Does someone saying they want to give you kids mean they're interested in you? Because it don't sound like if my friend told me that, if you came in and like, oh my God, this guy said he wants to give me kids, I would be like, wait, what? First of all, on the first date, he's telling you he wants to give you 3. So it's easier to say, I want to give you 3 kids versus I want to be in a relationship with you or I want to care. Like, I could see myself being, does maybe 3 kids mean I want to be with you? I think that's weird. I don't think that's a red flag. I think that's time to go. Okay. Like the red flag is like, oh my God, this is not great, but okay. But I feel like you're like, okay, no. Saying you want to give me kids, that is a threat. Right. Right. It's a threat. It's a threat. All right. But she said it's a red flag. Okay. I mean, that's wild to me, but yeah. I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. One more thing. How do you get to wanting, on a first date, how do you get to the part of the conversation where some man is telling you that they want to give you 3 kids? Actually, I have questions. What's her name? I can't see that. But young lady, I don't know if you're younger than me or older than I am. Please, if you are here, let me know so we can discuss, because I want to know. I want to understand how that conversational buildup occurred. I want to know how you left from being on the first date to like talking about him giving you 3 children. I want to know that. And that don't make sense to me. I need to know the conversation and how that build up. Sorry, I'm very concerned with that.
He did try to kiss me, and I politely turned to the side of my cheek because, I'm just a lady. I'm a Southern Belle. You feel me? Like I come from a different era. I come from a different closet. I'm a grown woman. You feel me? Like, so I just feel like, let's take things slow. Let's like navigate at a pace that makes sense. I'm not trying to rush into anything. And I expressed all these things to him. I told him, please just respect me as a lady. We'll get there eventually if we do continue to talk to each other. But let's just take it slow. He seemed like he was okay with that, even though he did try more times throughout the night. Anyway, so after we leave.
By the way, please note I'm going to be pausing this. This is not. Yanni has it up fully without any commentary. So please go to Yanni to watch it fully without any commentary. Or you can go to her page. I can't see it, but to watch it fully, I'm going to pause it. Men say this to women with a certain aesthetics, FYI. Play this back, because it's a problem.
You feel me? Like I come from a different era, come from a different closet. I'm a grown woman. You feel me? Like, so I just feel like, let's take things slow. Let's like navigate at a pace that makes sense. I'm not trying to rush into anything. And I expressed all these things to him. I told him, please just respect me as a lady. We'll get there eventually if we do continue to talk to each other. But let's just take it slow. He seemed
That's a red flag for me. Like, if you have to tell someone, and nothing she did right now, I don't think anything she did was wrong. I'm just talking to talk, right? He thought that was a compliment. That is wild. Um, if you have to tell someone to please treat you like a lady, it means they weren't treating you like a lady. And that might be a problem. Like, if, wait, am I wrong? Is this elitist? I don't think it is elite. I feel like if I have to tell you to respect me, it means you don't respect me. I'm trying to think in a way where that's wrong. But I feel like you should. Anyway, I don't know. Like, there's something weird. Like, it's not her, mind you. It's just the idea that you're like, oh, please treat me like a lady. It's like, no, you should know how to do that. And if you don't know how to do that, and I have to tell you, then bye. Unless you're like, okay, he's a little rough around the edges, and I'm willing to work with that. Yeah.
Like he was okay with that, even though he did try more times throughout the night. Anyway, so after we leave the bar, we go to get my.
Okay, so you said treat you like a lady. She make a good thing crazy if you don't treat her like a lady. Sorry, I had to. You make a good girl crazy if you don't treat her like a lady. He then proceeds to try to do it multiple other times. In fairness, she's on a date and she's probably trying to be respectful. And like, person making one or two mistakes, like, you don't just get up and leave. I'm thinking, but like, I want to give you 3 children. Kiss up, you kiss up. You're telling them he's attempting to kiss you, say no. He should treat you like a lady, and he continues to try to kiss you. This person sounds like a terrible person already. Someone said drop the link for this one. I feel like if I drop the link, people are not gonna leave. I don't want to invite y'all to my house because then at the end y'all don't want to leave and we can't move on. Drop a 1 if I should drop the link, and a 2 if I shouldn't. Drop a 1 if I should drop the link. Should I drop the link? All right. Halfway through, I will make my mind up because I only watched like a couple minutes of this and then I skipped around because I was like, I definitely have to do this. I have to watch it. I will stay. I command it. Weird.
Car out of valet. He kindly pays for the valet, and then he asked me, could I take him home? So since he had just paid for the valet, he paid for the date, I didn't see any problem with taking him home. So I decided to take him home. It was my birthday, so when we get there, he's like inviting me up to come for a little bit. I'm really apprehensive about it because I didn't want to give the wrong impression by going up to his apartment, but he really wasn't really trying to take no for an answer. And I was just like, okay, you know what? I can come up for a little bit. So I go to his apartment. We hang out for a little bit, but when I tell y'all, it was like literally so brief and so chill. He had a nice view of the city, so we kind of like was on the balcony. We was chilling, whatever. I want to reiterate that there was literally no sexual conduct between me and him. There was not even like a kiss on the lips. There was not any of that.
I think it is a problem. I think this is a problem. I don't give advice, but I would tell my daughter, if you're on a date with a man, the first date with a man who tells you on the first date, I want to give you 3 children, he attempts to kiss you, you say no, he brings you to a bar, and then you take him home, which is weird, but not that bad. I don't care. He's repeatedly violated your boundaries because you told him no and he attempted to kiss you multiple times. Please don't go up to her. Don't go up to his apartment. I don't care how nice he is. He not that nice. He not that nice. If he attempts to kiss you multiple times, after you've set clear boundaries with him, and you're dropping him off, and he tells you to come up, please don't go up. Just don't do that. That's wild. That's a wild thing to do. I think that is a wild and dangerous thing to do. That is very dangerous in my mind. Someone who repeatedly violated your boundaries, physical boundaries around intimacy, out in public after you very clearly outlined these boundaries, invites you up on the first date to go to his apartment after not respecting your boundaries in public. For you to go up there is a wild thing to do. I think that's dangerous. I think it is.
Like, it was cool though. We had good vibes. Both of us seemed to enjoy each other's company. When I left, everything seemed to be good. It is what it is. Now let's go ahead and get into these messages, because this is where I need to like pick y'all up and get y'all in the speed. Because when I tell y'all, just hold on, this is gonna take a turn for more than the worst. After the day, he's texting.
By the way, I'm glad nothing happened. I've seen this. I wasn't trying to predict what was going to happen. I did see up until this part, and I read until he was like leaving for vacation and then coming back. So I heard the messages and then I stopped because I wanted to do it. So this I wasn't attempting to predict. I already knew that she was safe. I'm just talking generally.
He's telling me that he's
also, generally don't go up to people's apartment that you just met on the first date. just stay clear of that unless you want to. Unless you know what I mean, but and that's not consent. Let's be clear. I am not saying going up there is consent. Because if you go up there and something happened, please note you did not consent. They have no right to you, and you should go file a police report, and you are fine to go do that. Like, please note that I'm not saying this is any kind of implied consent. I promise you that. I am saying for your safety, don't do that. I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. I would not advise to do that. Please don't do that. But if you do, you did not give consent. Please note that.
Feel very blessed and lucky that he got the opportunity to meet me, that he respects me, he wants to support me in my life, and then he told me happy birthday the next day. So when I woke up, I told him good morning, thank you. We had took pictures that night, like it was like a real goofy fun time or whatever. But the pictures came out bad, and he was like, I should put the flash on. So I was just like, at least we got them for memories. He was like, yeah, I love them. I can't wait to see you again soon. And I told him I'm excited to see you again too. So after this, he went on a vacation for like a week and some change. You know, I knew he was going on the vacation, and so I didn't really reach out because I knew that he was on the vacation. Also, I just feel like if you're interested in a woman as a man,
yeah, the way you're right. The way you're right. Why you want me to drop you off? You can afford this meal. You can afford to pay for my car parking situation. You can afford to do it, girl. You can afford this Uber. You can definitely afford this Uber. Like, that's wow. So you were already plotting and trying to get me to come up. No. Period.
and like the man is the pursuer, you feel me? So even though we did have a decent first date, I'm not going to like exert a lot of energy into chasing you as a man, because that's just like not who I am naturally, you feel me? So I don't really reach out while he's away. But while we were at our first date, he was saying that he was already planning our second date. Like, we were supposed to go on a date the Saturday that he got back. He got back on a Friday, which was yesterday. So literally before this man left, he was like, don't go to Nikki Beach until I get back so we can go together the Saturday after I get back. These were his words that came out of his mouth. So Friday, I texted him and said, safe travels today. Literally, that was the first time we had spoken since our date. Super chill. Yeah. He responds back. He's like, thanks, boo. I don't respond to that. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't feel no type of way or anything. I just didn't see any reason to respond. He texts me again and he says, let's chill when I get back. So I asked him, are we still on for Nikki Beach tomorrow? He says, yes. I said, yay, I'm excited. He says, me too. I miss you. Now, at this point, this is when everything goes fucking left. One thing about me, like, I like to be very genuine in dating. You feel me? I feel like a lot of people try to love bomb. They try to like gaslight each other into a relationship, into a situationship. And I'm just not with that. Like, I'm all about like genuine honesty, transparency, etc. And the reason I say that is because I'm like, okay, you don't really miss me because you've been on vacation for a week and a half. And I haven't heard from you. Like, even us talking right now was because I hit you up and said safe travels. You feel me? Now, I didn't take that as that he was not interested in me. Like, I didn't feel that way at all. I just felt like, you don't really miss me, because if you miss me, you would have reached out. But, that's neither here nor there. I feel like you shouldn't miss me. It doesn't matter. Like, we only went on one date. I don't really care, But what I do care about is just being like genuine. You know what I'm saying? Just being straightforward. We don't have to like love bomb each other into something that is not. So I say all that to say that at the time I didn't respond because I really didn't know how to respond to that message without being inauthentic. So he texts me today and is like, hey, I tell him, hey, sorry I didn't get back to you yesterday. I was working last night. Now, honestly, I wanted us to have the conversation about the I miss you thing in person because I felt like communicating through text, it can get a little tricky. But he responded back, hey,
I miss you. By the way, I know this man is not genuine. I know this man is not genuine. However, I miss you. How would you respond to that? Because I would respond. No, I was thinking, sorry. No, I was thinking, sorry, I don't know what this woman was talking about after I miss you, because she said she didn't respond to the I miss you text. And I think that is if I text you like something like vulnerable, like I miss you, and you don't respond, and I have to be the one to text you again, like, oh, we're not, everything is canceled. My overthinking self has already gone through the entirety of the relationship and ended it. Like, yeah, I have, my overthinking self had already gone through the entirety of the relationship that we could have possibly had. And I see me messaging you, reaching out to you, and you ignoring me, and we're done. Like, we done. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not saying she's wrong because, like, that's your approach. Like, that is your approach. You can do whatever you want, period. Um, if I say I miss you, I don't think I would ever tell someone I miss you after a first date. Like, even if I felt it, if I felt it to my soul, my pride will stop me. Pride, a lot of people don't like pride, but I think pride is a saving. Now, after we've been in a relationship, my pride goes through the road. I will do the door. Okay, I will cry or whatever. I won't cry like that, but like whatever. But I'm not gonna do it. My pride is gonna step in and say absolutely not. So like no. So even if I did miss you, because there are people I have when I was younger, and I went on dates, after a date, there are people like I was like, oh my god, that was such a good conversation. And there were times when I missed someone after a first date. I have done that. I have missed someone after a first date because I was like, period. Then we went on the second date and I was like, absolutely not. This is disgusting. you it's not gonna work. But so like, is it weird to sex? Yes. It means you have no self control. It feels like you're trying to manipulate. It feels like you're trying to pretend like you all are already in a relationship. So I find it weird and disturbing, but it's already sent. He is wrong for sending it, and she wrong for not responding. Even if you don't like it, you could have responded and say, "Hey, what do you mean you miss me?" Ha ha ha. Or something. I don't know. I'm not telling you how to respond, but you have to respond to that. I feel like you should respond. L for both of them. L for both of them for not. I think you should respond. Even if you're mad, you should respond. That's my final take. I feel like you should respond. You're not obligated to, but if you definitely want to go to Nikki Beach, what they call it, Nikki Beach. I'm joking. This is not a joking matter, but I'm joking. Because if y'all going to Nikki Beach, yeah, I see. I see the problem. I see the problem. He a fake, terrible, thirsty person, and she's probably just like, I'm just chill. Like I'm just trying to get to know you. I'm not as invested in you. I don't have to do as much because like I'm not, and I'm not gonna lie to you. And I can appreciate her not wanting to lie to him. Like I can appreciate her like not wanting to lie, but I don't like the non-response. I would have called it out, but I'm very confrontational, so I'm very confrontational. So maybe the best way and maybe how she does it is better where you don't text something that could be taken out of context and then you talk to them in person. But I feel like you should respond. All right, this is too long. Let's continue. I will say I read that already. Where you been, man? I missed you. Wait, what do you you mean? Girl, I was so thrown off. Percy, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for me. I will be gone next week, and I will be gone for the next 3 weeks. Savor this moment while you can. Y'all getting pre-recorded Friday live streams for the next 3 weeks. For the next 3 weeks, I won't be here. I will be out in the streets, dipping it and doing it on vacation. Saying he wants 3 kids isn't too much, but saying he miss her was period. He was gaslighting her bad, and she liked it. I think, right? You gonna give me 3 kids, but you not go. You saying I miss you was too much. It is wild. It is the thank you murder magic trick. There's a weird inconsistency there. She just didn't care. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. She just didn't care. She did not care. She was out and she said this, I think, at some point. I don't know. She was like, this is why I don't like talking to my Discord before coming on, because I don't know if this was what my Discord said or if she actually said this. But I think she said that she was just out here trying to have fun, getting to know people, not really looking for anything in that way. So like she didn't care, and fine. I can appreciate that actually. I can go out and have fun. Hmm. First problem is she just got out of one relationship and is entertaining a new fool. Second, she wants to think she wasn't pressed, but we see she was. Lastly, being a beautiful woman could have gotten her. That last part is true. Important. I disagree with your second statement. So the first problem is she just got out of one relationship and is entertaining a new fool. All right. That he is a fool, I agree with. That she should not be entertaining him, I agree with. However, you know those people who monkey bars from one relationship to another? There might be some deep insecurities there and they might need to work on some things. I can't do that. I'm incapable. After a relationship, I have to give myself a year. If I meet you within that year, just know nothing is going on. Well, I can't. I'm not over the past person. I will never go back to the person. But I need a year of like detoxing, and that after that year, if that person come like after that year, I can move on. I think it's not strictly a year, but like over 6 months. I need all of that, and I'm gonna clear my system. I need to. However, I truly appreciate and I dislike when people are mad at like women in particular who just like leave one relationship and go to the girl. I love that. I love that for you. I wish I could do that. So like I don't I don't maybe you need time to heal. Maybe you can heal with someone else. I don't know. Maybe you can heal immediately. I don't know how your process works, but I wish I had that superpower. Second, she wants to. She wants us, I think, to think she was impressed, but we see she was really pressed. Oh, hopefully, I don't know yet. Girl, if Nikki Beach is as great as they said it was, maybe I would be pressed too. I'd be more pressed than my keypad. Period. I'd be I'd be pressed. Are we going to Nikki Beach? Forget the I miss you, all of that stuff. This Nikki Beach though. Are we going to Nikki Beach or nah? Are we going to Nikki Beach or Sorry, none of this is funny and I don't know why I'm laughing. Girl, ain't nobody got time for you and your dusty feelings. Are we going to Nikki Beach or nah? I'm not talking about her. I'm just talking about just generally. And the last part I agree with. You all have to be careful.
Which let me know that he felt some type of way about the fact that I didn't respond yesterday. So
someone said, "What is Nikki Beach?" Let's look up Nikki Beach. Let's do it. I need to look up. Is it Nikki? Is it spelled like Nicki Minaj or no? I'm gonna put 2 Ks. Nikki Beach, Miami. Yeah, period. you better come through, Nikki, with the beach. Let me pull. Yeah, period. It's cute. I think this is cute. I want to go to Nikki Beach. Have I ever been to Nikki Beach? I'm gonna call my Russian friends. We going to Nikki Beach. Yeah, I'm gonna vlog my trip at Nikki Beach. We let me right after this stream. This is gonna be my July trip. In July, I'm going to Nikki Beach. This is cute. This is some good aesthetics. I see why he wanted or they wanted to go to Nikki Beach. All right, girl, we're going to Nikki Beach. We going. It's not as epic as I thought it was, but it's cute. I'm gonna make a trip just to go. We going.
oh, I was like, okay, you know what? I guess we just should have the conversation now. Get it over with. It's no big deal. So I text him back. I say, also, I didn't really know how to respond to your message since I hadn't heard from you in a while. That apparently was the worst thing that I could have ever said. So let me let y'all know now, it's going to be a lot of text messages, a lot of audio messages, a lot of things coming after this. So he responds and says, you don't know how to respond? What message? American women so crazy. I took you to a nice ass restaurant and you saying you don't know how to respond, but you responded with Nikki Beach. That means you're not really interested. I said, that got really aggressive out of nowhere because what do you mean American women? Like, where did all of this fresh and fit talk come from? Okay. You said that you missed me, but I haven't heard from you the entire time you were gone. So I didn't know how to respond. I had a great time before and I was looking forward to getting to know more about you, but I'm definitely not interested in this behavior because once you start saying certain keywords, certain little, terms, that lets me know what you be watching, what you be on. And honestly, there were some signs and I ignored them. I'm not going to lie to y'all, but we're taking it too far. But baby, little did I know, Jerome was just getting started. Okay.
I hear you, American block. No conversation. No. What do you mean? What do you? You American block? Don't even read it. Don't respond to it. Just don't block. Just block. Just go ahead and block it. Because ain't nobody got time for you American women as a statement. As an opening statement to a text. Ain't nobody reading that. And nope. We know your type. Block, blockity, block, block, block.
He was just getting started with me. He responds, you're not interested in me at all. I have not heard from you either. You could have texted me too. It goes both ways. I feel like you just want me for a free meal. I'm not interested in that behavior. I want someone to have fun with without having to spend a bunch of money every time. And then she says she's not interested. So I say, I was the one who texted you safe travels and started the whole conversation. You suggested both the restaurant and Nikki Beach, not me.
I'm bored. I'm annoyed. No. If you're broke, just say that. Send. I mean, I don't want to be a woman who's spending all that money, blah, 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 blah. You're talking too much. If you're broke, just say that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody got time for that. I'm not. No. How much was the meal? You have a Venmo Cash app. Here you go. Because I feel like a lot of men, they're like really upset. Like, oh my God, I spent so much. Here you go. Please leave me. Like, anybody, there's no amount of money in this world that is worth your peace. And like he feels like you owe him something because he pays. Anyone who is like that is disturbing. And like, I guess in my world, among my friend, I think I can speak for every single one of them. If you gave them back their money, that is very insulting. That is very insulting. Um, but I don't know. Maybe he does want the money back. I don't know. But I would like as soon as you say women just want to spend money and you send what's their cash app? Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. That would be my advice, mind you, to everyone listening. But I don't give advice.
And the first time I don't respond, you insult me. I'm sorry that you clearly had negative experiences in the past, and I hope that you find what you're looking for. And at this point, I feel like this is a nice, even break because I can already see the road this is going. So I just decided to kindly invite him to the block party in my phone and let that be that. But he said, no, ma'am. No, ma'am, I'm not done with you, okay? Y'all, I literally have goosebumps because I have never dealt with a man like this unhinged before. But let me get into the next set of messages. So once I sent my last message, he started blowing my phone up. And so I just went ahead and blocked him. And then he started reaching out through WhatsApp. These are the WhatsApp messages. You could at least answer the phone. Hello, you see, video call like 6 times and no answer. But you saying you don't know how to respond. That's a bullshit lie. I said I missed you, which was genuine. Then you saying you don't know how to respond. That means you don't miss me. Of course, I'm going to be annoyed with that. What the fuck? It goes both ways. I literally hit you up to go to Nikki Beach, but you saying you don't know how to respond. That shit kind of bothered me a lot. As if to say you don't forgot about everything, shaking my head. I hate it out here. Every time I try to meet a nice girl, they always use me. I can't wait to move. I always meet gold diggers like it's crazy. And I have money, but I'm not trying to be used. I'm trying to have a good time with somebody and bond and connect. And I'll just take her to dinner and then she says, oh, I don't know how to respond. Can you take me to Nikki? Like, do you see where I'm coming from? Or am I just some crazy ass guy to you? Shaking my head, LOL, very ridiculous. You don't know how to respond. You don't even give a fuck how I feel. So
y'all have to give her props. Y'all, I would be stumbling and mumbling and biting my tongue over that. She just read that so beautifully and fluently to the point where I even felt what he was feeling right. I know what Jerome was thinking. I know what Jerome was thinking when he was writing that text. I can see the incel in him just like, yeah, why can I see fully his facial expression when he was going in, trying to extract her energy? She blocked him, and that sent him over the moon. I saw it. And I do appreciate the fact that she read it like that. Like I do. I appreciate a good outlawed reader. And girl, you did that. You ate that. You ate that.
I say, Jerome, you disrespecting me. We're clearly not in the same place about what we want. We went on one date and then I did not hear from you for over a week. Yes, I had a great time with you and I was looking forward to seeing you again. When you said you missed me, it threw me off because I had not heard from you and I was the one who started the conversation with you, so it did not feel genuine. The way you are responding is making me very uncomfortable because this is not that big of a deal, but the way you're behaving and making assumptions about my character over dates that you suggested is a big deal and I don't wish to see you again. So he said, you just saying.
That's your second problem. That is your second problem. That is it for. How you gonna block someone? They get a new number, message you on WhatsApp, give you a long speech, you read that speech, and you responded? How you? Sorry, I am so confused. Why are you engaging? If you block, look, you can create a boundary, they pass, step over it, and then you create a. She's not very good at maintaining her boundaries, actually. She's not. She talked about it at the restaurant when they first met, how she created a boundary about like how she should be treated and that she's not looking to be kissed or whatever. And he attempted to do it over and over and over again. And she just kind of whatever, right? And then goes up to his room after he kept crossing her boundaries, right? Then you block someone. They get a new number. You know who it is because they send you this long text message on WhatsApp and you responded. So the block was just a suggestion. Like, was the block just a suggestion? Were you testing him to see if he was going to reach out? I know she wasn't. I know fully she wasn't testing him. Well, I don't know fully because you responded. How are you going to respond? You block someone, they get a new number and message you, block. Keep blocking them. Block. Or actually, put it on silent. I don't know what kind of phone you have. Just put him on silent, no alert, and let him go ham. Let him enjoy his time messaging. let, let, look, I wouldn't block because the petty in me would engage. And you're going to send me a long message, and I'm not going to read any of that, and I'm just going to send you back K. Send you back K. You know, especially, can you imagine? Can you imagine not being interested? If you're interested in someone, then period, it's going to be hard for you. But can you imagine not being interested in someone and just trying to have fun, and that person trying to be pressed and trying to make you girl? You're gonna be big mad. You're gonna be you're gonna be you're gonna be big mad.
I'm aggressive. I never disrespected you. You're crazy for saying I don't know how to respond. And you're playing this passive aggressive bullshit. You're the one who's aggressive. You don't care about me. If you did, you would answer my calls. You would actually hit me up instead of saying, oh, I don't know how to respond, as if you don't have my number. I swear to God, this is why I don't take Black American women seriously. They don't know how to take care of the man. They just always have their hand out. You don't give a fuck about my feelings. I said I miss you because I actually meant it, and then you're gonna say you don't know how to respond. Well, fuck you then. You act like I said I love you, and then you said another lie saying sorry you didn't respond. What are you talking about? You literally asked again if we were going to Nikki Beach. Like, why are you lying? Shaking my head. I just can't stand Miami. A bunch of gold digging women, lying ass women. You don't know how to respond. That's basically a slap in my face. I should have never took you out to the restaurant. I don't hear you saying, oh yeah, I had such a good time. Thanks for taking me out on my birthday, which I did say. Instead, you say, oh, I don't know how to respond, as if you have no idea, like the memory, like you have no memory of me taking you out on your birthday. That's disrespectful. What part of that don't you understand? I swear I can't make this shit up. Shaking my head. That was a $500 dinner. And then I'm annoyed at your response. Then because I'm annoyed at your response, I'm aggressive. You really know how to make a man feel great. I mean, I already was feeling great, but then you said that shit and it's like, damn, you don't miss me, because if you did, you would have just said I miss you too. And you pulled away when I tried to kiss you. So yeah, you're just trying to use me like every other Black American girl. Y'all just want to use me. I'm sure you're with a bunch of guys anyway. At this point, you guys, these messages, I don't even think y'all can see. This is a long ass fucking thread. I blocked the WhatsApp, but we're still not done. Once I block the WhatsApp, I start getting text messages again, this time from a whole different number. Learn how to treat a man who wants to spend on you, bitch.
I feel like if you're going to respond, just respond and say, I am so sorry for using any of your money for a dinner date. How much was it? And I need to repay you. I will pay you back for it. It sounds like you're going through something, and like a human being that would pay for someone's dinner and then throw it back in their face is wild to me. Like, that's such a wild and nasty thing. Like, first, don't go to places you can't afford. Second, if you buy someone something, it's done. Done. Like, you can't bring it up ever again. Unless you're doing something specifically relating to that. This is not that. You said you miss her. She didn't respond. She apparently didn't miss you. You miss her. She didn't miss you. So, like, it is what it is. You were overseas dipping it and doing it in the worst way possible. So, like, girl, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not sitting there reading that foolishness. Like, this is wild. Like, ain't nobody doing that. I mean, I'm glad she did it because, like, now we have media, we have content to consume. But, like, to sit up there and, like, text this woman, like, let's be clear. Even if she's like, let me go find a man to take me out on a date, you, the man who wanted to take her out on a date, ain't nothing wrong with that. She did nothing wrong. And, like, the way I'm digesting this is very, very, like, straightforward. You saw a woman you like. She saw a guy that she was like, okay, maybe. Y'all went on a date. You paid for everything. She brought you home. Y'all want to go on another date? Go on another date. Y'all don't want to go on another date? Don't go on another date. And you can't come out here and complain that they just want money from you. Girl, why did you talk about Nikki Beach or wherever? Just say, hey, we can go for a walk. We can take a long walk around the park, probably not after dark. You can go on the beach instead of Nikki Beach and walk and walk on. Yeah, some of those dates can be cute. I don't know why you're laughing. Those dates can be cute. A little walking date. A little walking here and a walking there. Here a walk, there a walk, everywhere a walk, walk. I'm there for free food. Period. And what about it? And what like people are like, oh, women just want to use men. It's like, no, you want her company. Y'all are trying to get to know each other. If you can't afford it, it sucks to suck. That's it. Like just like let it go. Or find something affordable. That was his child support and ramen noodle money. Yeah, I don't know. Someone was like, I want to go. I'm not going to the comment, but someone said something to the effect of, yeah, women need to be more careful because like just protect men sometimes because they really be trying to impress and they'll spend their last to impress. Anybody told you to do that? If you're out here spending your last, if you're out here spending your last, you have very bad money management skills and you probably should figure out your finances instead of being with someone because you don't seem like you have it all the way. She ain't wrong. If you want to date, be careful because these people out here are wild. Exhibit A, right? So don't do it, right? But like, I don't know. I can't jive with the. And I've been trying to be sympathetic, but I'm not sympathetic to the notion that, oh, I am a man and I just wanted to take her out and all she wanted was a free lunch or free food. Well, you shouldn't be wanting to take anyone out unless you can afford it. Afford it to the point where you don't feel it at all. Ain't nobody go, no. Invite me out to food and see if I'm not gonna go come eat. Invite me to food. I don't care. You tell me I'm gonna go eat. I'm going to food. What do you mean? Not to a date. I'm going to food. Don't invite me to no food thinking, oh my God, no. Because when I invite people out, I expect to pay and I don't expect anything else from it. Like, what do you mean? That was his child support. Oh, I read that. Moshe says every time she responds with feeds the be yeah, he is mad and he wants you to be in there with him. And so if you don't engage with him, that is better for you, worse for him. Girl, just don't engage. Like you are there explaining yourself. You're like, oh, you're a gold digger. You are like, no, I'm not a gold digger. Girl, who cares? If you're a gold digger, that's work. Right? Like, imagine someone's like, oh, you're a gold digger. So you tell me I got to go get shovel and go to this mine and get mining equipment to go get some gold. Absolutely not. That sounds like a lot of work. And it's not the insult people are telling you it is. Like, the goal should be presented. You're a gold taker, not a Ain't nobody digging for no gold, girl. Ain't nobody digging for gold. And he probably think you're digging for gold because you dig, and there's nothing there. He spent $500 and this man thinks he now deserves the world. Absolutely not. You should not have gone and ordered the steak. You should have not ordered the steak. You should not have ordered the steak and caviar when you know you can't afford it. Yeah. This would be resolved with Google Voice or text app. Why are we giving out actual numbers, right? I bet he led with his money. That's on him, period. I mean, I don't know if he led with his money because she definitely dropped him off. And I hate driving. I don't drive. I could never. And like, I've actually, should I say this? So I don't know if I. Anyway, so something that I do that I don't think is right is I lead with the fact that I don't drive. but I don't say that like I have anxiety and that I've been in a car accident with my brother, and so there is like a fear of driving. I let it be perceived that I couldn't drive if I wanted to. But I don't lie. I just say, oh, I don't drive, right? Or like something like, oh, I don't have a car. Something that may like gives the worst possible. I've never said it and people like become like disrespectful ever. So it doesn't work. But I don't know. I like saying that. Like, I don't have a car. But yeah, I Uber everywhere. Uber everywhere.
Because clearly you're a fucking worthless talking about you don't know how to respond. Then you responded fine talking about take you to Nikki Beach, stupid ass bitch. That's why your ex left you. You're a fucking waste. Like here I am trying to show you that I care, and then you're gonna be like you don't know how to respond. Like I said, I love you. Like bitch, you see I care about you, and then you say that shit. That's not cool. Fuck you. No sorry, no nothing. Black women are really worthless. They don't care about the man. What is happening? You guys, literally at this point, I'm shook as fuck because I'm like, who did I go out on a date with? And literally, I knew that this was the underlying energy, which is why even before he started calling me out of my name in the initial text, I just went ahead and deaded it because I knew there was some underlying incel energy here, but I did not expect all of this. It gets so...
Okay. Also, someone is calling me out. Yes, I'm in a place where I don't have to drive. No one here drives. It's not the culture to drive. So, like, you're right. Like, I'm not saying that if I were in another place, I would have to get over it. But I also don't like driving and don't want to drive. So yes, you're right. Like it's not like I'm trying to pretend like I don't. Whatever. Yeah, you're right.
So much worse. Like we're still not even to the kicker yet. Block that number, and then I get another text from another number. You worthless fat bitch. Fuck you and your family, bitch. Next time, learn how to treat a man. That's why your stupid ass is single and you're only good for quick sex. You don't give a fuck about me, then why ask me to take you to Nikki Beach? I said, you're sick. If you message me again, I'm calling the police. Because I never asked you to take me anywhere. You said, let's chill when we get back, and I confirmed plans that you had already made in the past. Like I said, guys, I was never...
I don't believe that. I don't think she is wrong for this because I think you can, and I don't like the hiding of this because like I can. In my mind, it feels like this is my interpretation, and there's nothing wrong with it. I think she wasn't that into him. Like, I think a lot of people can have boundaries or whatever, but like I think she wasn't that into him, but she was in fact trying to see maybe if they could like she could be into I don't know what she was trying to see. She said she was having fun. But I think she wanted to go to Nikki Beach with him. I don't know if it's with him, but I think she was like enjoying herself and she wanted to go and she was like, yeah, sure. So like I don't know why I'm pointing this out. There's an underline of like, oh, he's the one who wanted to go to Nikki Beach, and I don't think that's fully true. Like, nothing she says indicate that it's not true. But there's a part of me that thinks, oh, you wanted to go, which is fine. Like, yeah, girl, I don't know you. We went on a first date, and I was looking forward to the second date, and that's fine. Like, I think that's fine. I don't know. I think that's fine. But also, it's a vibe I'm getting. And it feels like she's protesting a little bit, but we don't know.
Not interested in the guy. I only became disinterested once we started with you black American women are just whoa. Now I'm not interested. Now we're back at it again with another number. What is this? Number 4? Number 4? Black women in America are complete trash. They're always putting down another black man. I don't give a fuck about no big tits, no big ass. I just wanted a nice, genuine relationship where we support each other. And then you're going to tell me I don't know how to respond. You're basically saying you don't give a fuck about me. I already told you I was on vacation. You knew that. Blocked. Okay? Next number. I said I missed you because I haven't...
I love that. Period. I love that. Finally. Finally, she just blocking and not responding. Period. I love this. Let this insecure man just blow off his steam somewhere else. Do not give him your energy. All right. Period. Now we're getting somewhere. Thank you. This is how you move. Block, blockity, block, block, block. Don't engage. Do not engage with him. Just block and save the receipts. Only reason you should be responding is if you want to create content. Period. Please be careful.
And seen her talk to you in a bit, but you knew damn well I was going to Colombia, so you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. All right?
Wait, was it Colombia? He went to Colombia? Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not. Red flag. So sorry. The passport bros have messed it up. He said Black American women, so he's a passport bro too. The passport bros have messed it up. The passport bros have messed it up for everyone going to Colombia. Because if you, a boyfriend, husband, friend, that's the guy, decide I'm going to Colombia, it's a red flag. Immediately, it's a red flag.
Next number. Then you talking about something you don't know how to respond. Bitch, you knew damn well I was in Colombia. What the fuck are you talking about? And you could have messaged me too. Jay, call me. Sends me his original number. Y'all, at this point, I'm like, I know this man is not about to make a fifth number to contact me, but yes, he is. Yes, he is. See, that's why your punk ass is single. Ain't no real nigga taking you seriously. You got big tits, great, but how you expect me to feel if you're gonna act like I'm a stranger? And because I'm bothered by something you say I'm aggressive, like you're a dumb bitch. Why would I want to date someone who doesn't acknowledge how I feel? You're just looking for a quick handout, a free meal. Go fuck yourself. You're not gonna get that from me. That's why your punk ass is single. You're just talking shit with your little bullshit homegirls and using men. And then when I call you to talk about it like an adult, you ignore the call. Typical trash woman.
Okay, you want to know something weird? I'm not going to talk about the text in detail, line for line, but I am going to point out that he is denying that he's aggressive while saying this. So, like, even his own psyche, I forgot what book I was reading. It was these people in prison, and they still think that they are good people after committing some of the most heinous crimes. I forgot what book that was. It was a while ago. So, like, I'm thinking about this, and like, he's denying his own aggression while being extraordinarily aggressive. Like, that is wild. Also, like, I don't. I was thinking like I actually am super fascinated. Like one of the dusty men in the manosphere should interview him. I would review that. Yeah, he should do an interview. So come out and do an interview. Not with me because I can't, but I would like to hear. So you and one of the men talk about that and see how they engage. And I'd review that.
Before I keep going, I just want to say, if I was genuinely on some gold digger shit, I would have just messaged back and said, yeah, I miss you. Let's go ahead and go to Nikki Beach. Like, y'all literally see, I make Dollar Tree videos. Dollar Tree videos. And I'm a gold digger. Like, please, please. Y'all, I blocked the number. We are going on to number 6. Punk ass bitch. You mad because I said I miss you? Go fuck yourself. You never liked me. Stop lying, trying to find any excuse to block. And I can't express myself. Why the fuck am I with you, bitch? You want me to take you to Nikki Beach and you don't even know your place. So I say, keep harassing me and the police will be at your address for Jerome King. And I send him his address. Leave me alone. You do not have my consent to contact me again. Number 6, lame ass fat bitch from Virginia. If you don't miss me, then why you asking me to take you to Nikki Beach, you ungrateful bitch? You're a quick fuck. You ain't nobody to take seriously. Fuck you and everybody you know. I don't know why you wasted my fucking time in the first place if you wasn't interested. You never liked me. You just wanted money and free shit out of me. Saying you don't know how to respond and I'm not being insecure at all. That's all you being a bitch. I hit you up yesterday nice and calm and then you say you don't know how to respond after I say I miss you. Like, what the fuck? You're a clown. You need fucking help, bitch. Are y'all dealing with?
He wrote that in a text and sent to someone. Like there is no receipt of that. Oh, this man is unhinged. Like I probably would stop here and actually go to the police. Like that's wild. Like I would actually fear for my life. I think it's time she starts fearing for her life. Like no. That is wild. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand because like if I were her I would be scared. That is unhinged. This is a person who did like needs to be on some kind of watch list. Like this is not safe. Like I'm sorry, this is not safe. This can't be safe. No one and like $500 you can't be this mad. Like I don't know, girl. Like I don't know his life. I don't know what he's going through. I don't understand fully any of this, so I don't want to say it can't make you this angry, but regardless of how angry you are, this lashing out is wild. And the fact that you can send these over text without regard for yourself, how you would look, what could happen, the potential of being investigated, having a restraining order against you, the fact that you don't think about any of this feels like you have nothing to lose. I feel like this is scary. Like I would literally be called. I would be on the phone with the police. An ego this fragile, I believe, can lead to some serious harm. I think people with this kind of fragile ego is like, they're scary. You don't know what they're going to do. Nothing she did deserved this kind of response. And she did nothing, mind you. In fact, she actually did nothing insofar she did not reply to a message. If you don't reply to a message where I say I miss you and then reach out later, like, unless you're reaching out with very specific indication as to why you didn't answer, I'm not responding back. And then it's done. Like, it's done. Like, there is no reason to engage this way unless you're weak a nothing a B word and you don't want to engage because you feel you have a scarcity mindset. This is sad. It's not wild anymore. It's sad. Like, it is dangerous and sad. And I do actually, I don't know if making this public is the best case, but like, at least now we know who to look for. Because his picture has been plastered. I saw him and Lace Front. I saw a picture of the man he's talking about and Lace Front. And I was like, well, I think Yanni posted that too.
Is this happening out there? Like, I have never dealt with this. Y'all, I have dealt with some things from men. I have dealt with some things, but I have never dealt with this. Number 7, that's exactly why you're single, you ungrateful bitch. Fuck you and your family. Kill yourself, bitch, dumb cunt. You're only good for sex and it probably sucks anyway. Oh, that's right, because you don't know. Talking about I'm only good for sex. But you don't know. You didn't hit. Number 8, fuck you and your mother, you lame ass gold digger bitch. I fucking hate black women. Kill yourself. Why would you try to leave me on if you're not really interested? I don't know why black women always try to fuck me over. American women, every single time. Y'all, we still haven't got to the worst part because I definitely had to save the best for last. But I just wanted to do a little interlude here and say that there was obviously some deep-rooted trauma and hurt going on with Jerome, and I'm wishing him the very best, and I'm wishing him some healing. I don't know who hurt him before, but the fact that I'm getting all of this energy means he must have a lot of leftover residual energy for somebody else. He did tell me on our first date that his ex went and got a BBL and she switched up on him. So I don't know if there's still some unresolved feelings with that, but I don't know what I did to deserve that. That was insane. But it gets even more insane, y'all. When I tell y'all it gets even worse, I had to say the best for last. Listen, the worst part is coming up in the next video. Like, yeah.
Girl, she better be dragging us along for this series. She better reset teaser this up. She better be dragging us along for this. Be careful making content like this. Be careful outing people like this. Please, 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 safety first. But like, we here, so we here. We here, so we here. You know?
Are y'all ready for the wildest part? Are y'all ready? Prepare yourself mentally. Just bear with me, y'all. We almost done. But we have moved back over to WhatsApp, and this is now the 11th number. F you too, cunt. Glad I didn't waste more money on you today. You're a waste of life, B. Go find another nigga to use. I got a bunch of women to talk to, and F, you're a clown. You lost your chance. And here's where this turns into something I don't even know. At this point, he admits to me that while he was in Colombia, he was pretty much soliciting women. And then he sends me videos of naked women that he is smashing while he was in Colombia. Now, I have not watched these videos because ew, but literally he sent me multiple videos. I can see from the frame, the first frame, that he is having sex with multiple Spanish women in this video. Then he proceeds, but I come back here and you talking about you don't know how to respond. Like, B, give me my effing money back for taking you out. Effing loser. I can't stand Black American women. They're all effing trash. That's why I learned Spanish, B, because of dumbass Black women like you. I come back ready to take you out and you're going to tell me you don't know how to respond. B, kill yourself. I can't wait to move the F out of Miami. A lot of you fat women think you're really something and then you treat good men like shit. Like, bitch, I will curse your dumbass out in your face. Don't fucking play with me. You're a straight up loser, bro. I took you out, brought you to my place, all that, and you're going to say you don't know how to respond as if I did something wrong. B, I went to Colombia. What the F do you mean you don't know how to respond? Of course you know how to respond, because if you knew I was in Colombia and you wanted to talk to me, you could have texted. That's why I said F you and your family, because you're an effing dumb bitch saying stupid ass shit. And you're gonna
You don't know how to treat a good man. If he's a good man, I think he meant you don't know how to treat good men generally. He could not. It is impossible for him to be talking about himself being the good man while sending these text messages. It is wild for you to be telling someone you miss them, but also admitting to them that while you were claiming you miss them, you were out there with all kinds of women in Colombia, girl. Wait, who that makes sense to? When you type that, because on one hand, you want to tell her she's nothing, right? You want to make her feel bad, like she's missing out, that you can have other women and you chose her, and you want her to be mad at the fact that you have access to the fact to the point where you're sending her a bunch of videos, right? The problem with doing that, sir, is that directly conflict with the initial statement that you missed her. And she was right. Her intuition was correct. When you said you missed her, she was like, girl, ain't nobody want to hear any of that. What about this Nikki Beach? She was right. She was fully right. She said, girl, you're in Colombia. I'm talking about you miss me. I don't believe that. And I'm glad I didn't believe that, because you just confirmed that I shouldn't have believed that. So when you get back here, I don't want you to kiss me, period. I love that she was like, no, don't kiss me, but you can pay for this dinner, though. $500 later, I'll drop you off at your home. You're going to Colombia? All right, girl, period. Go have your Colombia fun. Talking about you miss me? Absolutely not. Mm-mm. If you miss me, we would have been talking. You're not going to tell me you miss me. He's going to say, well, if you miss me, you could have texted me. She never said she missed you. In fact, you said you missed her and she didn't reply. If you missed her, you could have been talking to her. But instead, you were out there doing it with all kinds of you were doing all kinds of foolishness, right? Then lie talking about you missed her. No, this woman is like, girl, stop that foolishness and come take me to Nikki Beach. she said, girl, we're just getting to know each other. Let's go to let's go to Nikki Beach when you get back from whatever you're doing, because you're not about to kiss me. I'm taking this period. I like her. What's her name? I like her. I like her. I did. I was worried for her when I initially heard the story, not here, when the guy kept crossing her boundaries and she then went up to his room. That is a wild thing. Please don't ever do that again. But beyond that, girl, period. Period. I love that for you. And I knew he wanted his money. I would have given him his money back if I were in her shoe. Like if I were her friend, I would be like, look, here you go. Just y'all both went. Here's 250 for the $500. Give it to him and say, leave me alone. There's all the gold. That is all the gold that I found after digging. Send him the money, file the report, class dig, period. Yeah. Thank you, Ultimate Enigma.
do the same shit to the next nigga as if it's cool. No guy wants to hear, oh, I don't know how to respond. And you're saying it's not that serious. If it's not that serious, then why you're blocking? Passive aggressive loser ass black bitch. You're fucking broke, acting like you're a fucking model. Where's the fucking model money, bitch? Ain't no fucking model, bitch. I look better than you. You're fatter than me. Go on a diet.
I look better than you is nasty work. I look better. I look better than you is. How you doing? I look. I look better than you is nasty work. I am so sorry. Wait, are you? I'm sorry. Like, who that? Sorry, I can't even talk. I look better than you as an insult to a woman you brought out on a date is absolutely diabolical. In the middle of dragging her, you decided to compare yourself physically to her. Who you look better than her to? Who you look better? Do you look better than her to yourself? Are you more attractive? Are you more attracted to yourself than her? Do you think other men would find you more attractive than her? Because that's a lot of thinking. That is a lot. Girl, I've seen this. Let me show you him. Yanni, thank you, Yanni. I'm on your page. Yanni put up a picture of him. Let's see if it's still up. This is not doxing because he had a public page and blah 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 blah, all of that, all of that, all of that. Um, what's Yanni? Real talk with Yanni. Yanni, that girl, real talk. All right. I'm sorry, girl. Wait. So here he is, all of 5'4". 5. Wait. 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 Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. So I don't think this is fair. I wish I had like an editor and I could do it live. You have to put some hair on, remove the beard. Like you have to draw. I feel like it's unfair. I think it is unfair to compare them because he's not fully prepared yet. He did Jerome. Jerome did not know he was going to be in. Cause I have to scroll all the way down. That is wow. I have to scroll all the way down to get him in the frame. No. Period. And what about it? Jerome is a shard king. All right. So like I don't think it's fair. We gotta we gotta step his game up. I'm done. Let me stop. I'm going too far. I started this video out with grace and love and kindness. So let's continue.
You don't know how to respond. Honestly, I wish those women from Colombia were over here. That way you really wouldn't know how to respond because I would never hit your dumb ass up. What the fuck are you going to do for me besides ask me to take you to a new place, then try to pull away when I ask you for a kiss? I got to get the fuck out of Miami. You clown ass bees don't deserve me. You come from bullshit, boring ass North Carolina acting like you here from California on some fake model shit. Talking about you don't know how to respond, but you blocked me saying I'm aggressive. How am I so aggressive when we had a nice dinner that you enjoyed? Then you talking about you don't know how to respond. You can't see that you're fucked up in the head. Bitch has a little chest on her and thinks she can do and say whatever. Know your place, B. Ain't nobody taking you to Nikki Beach. If you're going to say you don't know how to respond, B, then what the F am I taking you for? Go use up some other niggas' money, not mine. You ain't get.
Ain't nobody reading all of that. Ain't nobody reading all of that. Hey, you see this long text come in, just type back period with a T at the end. As soon as you see that text, don't even give it a second. As soon as that text come in, just type in period. Let's send a period with a T. Like period. So we just gonna ignore that there's so he thinks Miami, someone said it. He thinks Miami is filled with black women. Oh, it's just black women in Miami. Girl, I'm just gonna write period. You gonna send me that whole long text and I'm just gonna write period. I already don't even read my friend's long text. Like if the text has more than 6 sentences, that's a problem. That's a call. Ain't nobody I'm not about to sit there and read that. I refuse. I refuse. These billables aren't gonna bill themselves. He looked like chicken. Nugget with a beard. No, no, no. Welcome, Ashley Dent. You just put a dent in my membership. Let me stop. That was a terrible pun.
Giving up no pee anyway, not even giving out a kiss. Like, get the fuck out of here, you broke ass bitch. You drive a fucking Honda. First of all, I drive a Kia, ho. At this point, I'm not gonna lie, it became a little comical, but also a little scared because I definitely filed the police report around this time. Go take yourself to Nikki Beach or go with your homegirls. I don't give a F. You ain't about to scam me again talking about you don't know how to respond. And then you say it's not a big deal. If it's not a big deal, then why you acting passive aggressive like every single Black American bitch? Like, you acting like I asked for your hand in marriage.
Scam me again. When he scammed you before. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, I feel like one of those little emoji with the big eyes right now. I like when my little weird, I guess in this case, a pun is appreciated by one person. I truly appreciate that because what Amanda Seal says, I be knowing, I be trying, I be trying. This man is draining. This man is draining. I'm sorry, I have to break it up, not for you, but for me.
This is what got me. I effed almost 20 B's in Colombia. You think I'm pressed over you? I was trying to be nice to you, B, but you just effing ruined it like every other Black American bitch. Trash. As if I'm supposed to prove something to you like I have something to prove. Bitch, I was the only one who acknowledged you on your birthday and I took your punk ass out, ungrateful bitch. At this point, I realized that this literally had nothing to do with me and everything to do with whatever internal battle he was going through. So I just sent him the link to betterhelp.com.
Wait, I do like her. I do like. I like a petty moment. I like not bad. I know he mad, girl. He mad. I love that. Sorry, don't do this. You can get in a lot of trouble. All that, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's not safe. But like, you have to appreciate you have to appreciate the level of petty to send him. I hope there was no words, there's no clarification, there's no engagement. It's just a link to better. You should have been the only word you should have. The only word you should have included was like sponsorship. Man, better help that. Brought to you by BetterHelp. I would have been mad. Sorry, I would have been. Imagine not him not cursing, like, cause it's a drag and he deserves it. But imagine he wasn't cursing, but he was just like, "Hey, I feel like it was unfair that I said I miss you and you didn't say anything back." And then when it came close to the time to go to the thing that I said, Nikki Beach, that you were willing to talk then, and I feel a bit like it's inappropriate. And I'm not sure how to grapple with my own feelings around this, but I do want to let you know and acknowledge that the kind of absence of communication after I told you I miss you, and then the emergence of a dialogue around going to Nikki Beach, for me indicated that like you only wanted to go to Nikki Beach, and so I'm not sure how to deal with that. So it would be best if we don't go, right? And then you guys go back and forth and you're being vulnerable. And he, instead of like accepting that you feel something and engaging with that feeling, she said, betterhelp.com and just send it. Like in this context, he deserves it. He deserves it. So period. But I'm imagining someone like actually struggling through their feelings because of wanting to engage with with someone, but also feeling like that person ignored the "I miss you" text and then came back up when you were going to something. So, like, girl, period. However, that BetterHelp link. Set it off. Set it off. I feel like you just set it off. Set it off. He talking real heavy in them text messages. He trying to stand on business with them little ankles. He gonna need a chair, a stool, a ladder. He gonna need an escalator, an elevator. He gonna need a parachute, girl, to get to the top of that business to stand on it. Y'all play too much. Ain't nobody doing this with y'all. We're not doing this with you. I'm sorry. He grabbed the ladder he used to climb up to this woman out the video. Period. He's an angry little munchkin. The munchkins are cute. Never mind.
Bear with me, y'all. We almost there, I think. Typical black woman, putting the black man down. That's why you're single. Go F yourself. I'm not taking your punk ass to Nikki Beach. Fuck you. You're the one hitting me up, bitch. I don't need you. I don't need no help. You're just a quick fuck to me. And then sends me another video. Another video. Can y'all see? Another video. If you really wanted to get to know me, you would have hit me up or texted me. I messaged you in Colombia too. As soon as I get back, you say we still on for Nikki Beach. You never even texted or called me. I said, fuck it, let's go anyway. And then instead of saying you miss me, you say you don't know how to respond. How tacky are you, bitch? I told you I fucking miss you, and then you say you don't know how to respond. Jay, kiss my big black ass. I spent $500 on that dinner, actually more, because we went and drank.
He said, kiss my you know what, right? But adding the word big after saying he looks better than her and talking about his ex getting a BBL feels like a trend, right? So you said your ex got a BBL, so there's a complex around BBL. You then told her that you are more attractive than her, and now you're saying you have a big. I have never heard. All right, girl. How you doing? What, Wendy Williams? How you doing? Whatever. Yeah, that is wild. Sorry. I'm sorry. Ain't nobody. I don't know why people putting threads together. That poor man. No, you're not poor. No. No sympathy here. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. You go in, miss. You kill it. Hi. Go tell her that I would like to talk to her. I'm not sure about what. I actually want to ask about the first date and the very specific convos at the first date. So we need to get in contact with her. Contact.
At the other bar again. It is a big deal, bitch. I said, how you miss me, but you fucked 20 women in Colombia? Not gonna lie, this response was kind of funny. He said, bitch, I could have fucked 40 women in Colombia. I still fucking miss you.
Period. Period. I only did 20. I could have done 40. And period. Yeah, this is comedy. This got to be comedy. I I don't know. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. Like, what do you do with this? It's like, all right, period. He's not lying. I mean, if he can afford it, he could have done 50, 60, 70, 100. So, period.
Nah, because that's meant for you, bro. That's meant for you. You don't let somebody take you out and then you say, I don't know how to respond. Like, what the fuck? You miss me. Like, what? Because we had a great time, but the way you responded was mad cold. And like, oh, okay, I see you're aggressive, so bye. You know damn well I'm not aggressive. I took your punk ass out. Wasn't no goddamn aggressiveness with me. I could have even left your ass to go fuck another girl with my homeboy. Like I said, y'all, there was some signs during the date that I definitely ignored but I was respectful and I cared about you. I fucking hate black women, bro. They always fucking with me. I could have gave you a diamond ring and you still gonna say you don't know how to respond. I said, this is respectful. Baby, this is respect. He said, I love the innocent role you're playing. I really do, because you did absolutely nothing wrong, right? Because you were so respectful. I took your punk ass out to a $500 dinner and this is the way you respond to me. You're disrespectful. Y'all, when I tell y'all, there's so many more messages. Like, there's so many more. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not even going to keep, because it's a lot of reiteration. I'm just going to skip to what I finally said. And then I'm going to let y'all get the audio messages that he sent me. I said,
girl, what do you mean what you find? See, let me hear what you say first, because the last time you spoke, it was just a better help, and that was a drag, and I'm here for that. So that earned you a lot of points in there. So like, I'm here for it. I'm here for a good drag. But what do you mean? This is what I said. Ain't nothing to say. What do you mean? Ain't no, what do you mean? There's nothing to say. Don't say things. Don't say things. Just let him go. When you can swindle him in one of your Broncos. Swaddle. The relationship is doomed. No. Short kings need love.
I was honest with you, which you claim you want, but the honesty is what has you upset. I did enjoy my time with you, and I did want to get to know you, but I didn't feel like you missed me, which is okay because we just met. I blocked you because this is not the man I went on a date with. We literally had conversations about capitalism and materialism, and I told you I wasn't into that. We could have went somewhere free, but you suggested these places, and then you called me out of my name and you disrespect me. We could have talked about it if you came at me respectfully, but you're showing your true colors. So now let me let y'all hear where he starts.
No, you lost some points. Still love you. I don't know you, but love the whatever happening here. Why are you explaining? Oh, we were on a date. How could you call me a gold digger when we talk about capitalism? Girl, my girl is well, some of the most materialistic people will sit up there in a man's face talking about how capitalism is bad and how they long for a simple life. And I'm looking at them, double dates. I'm looking at them like, girl, where? So you just gonna sit up here and lie to this man in his face. You just gonna look this man in his face. You're gonna look at this. You're gonna look at this neurosurgeon. This person was a neurosurgeon. Was not a neurosurgeon, but I don't want to put their occupation. And you're gonna sit there talking about you long for the simple life and like, like materialism while wearing a red bottom to this stage. You gonna sit up there with a red bottom David Yeoman bracelet. I remember this because you had it on. You're gonna have a David Yeoman bracelet. I don't know what the clothing was, but I do remember you having on a David Yeoman bracelet and a red bottom. Talking about you don't like capitalism and you long for the simpler life. The only simple life you long for is the one with Paris Hilton. That is the only simple life. She's sitting there talking about. She literally sat up there talking about. I remember this so specifically because I remember telling her that I liked her bracelet. I remember that. I remember seeing the bracelet and saying, "Oh, I like this," right? And she was talking about it, and I was like, "Yeah, no, I know the David Yeoman tag, but whatever." Anyway, it doesn't matter. But then we sat down and the guy was late and comes here and we are on our double date and we are talking. And this girl sat up there and said, I long for the simple life. She lives in a high rise condo overlooking this place. I'm not going to say where. And it is an amazing condo with all designer. Like, I don't like designer stuff, all like Prince or whatever. So to sit there and have her tell this man, look at this man in his face and say she longed for the simple life and that she's like a minimalist. She's like, it ain't true. Someone said two things can be true. Ain't nothing about what she said true. And I sat there, I was like, girl, ain't no way. Yeah, I was trying to figure out how long it lasted, but he was in no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Send me the voice messages.
Let's see, let's read this out. I was honest with you, what you claimed you want, but the honesty is what has you upset. Bro, like, you're not making no fucking sense. Okay, the thing is, you're asking me to take you out to Nikki Beach.
Yo, tell me why I was expecting a different. See, this is why you shouldn't judge. Well, I guess you can judge by the text. I was not expecting that voice. Demon said, I feel like you're dragging me low key. No, I'm not. But I do actually. I've noticed a trend where women pretend like they're just like not into like luxury items, just around men. They're like, yeah, no, I'm just a simple girl. I'm just a simple girl in a simple world. I'm like, all right, girl. Because you didn't become a whole attorney so that you can live in luxury. Got it. You became an attorney at a corporate, working at a corporate office because you wanted the simple things. All right. Anywho, back to his voice. I can't say what I thought his voice sounded like, but it wasn't that. It was like, I know the educated lame. Let me put this. I know the educated lame, and I know how they interact or whatever. And it's fine, but I wasn't expecting him to sound like that. I was not.
Then you're saying, like, what are you saying? It's like, but the honesty is what has you upset. Bitch, what do you mean honesty? Why the fuck would I want to take a bitch out to Nikki Beach if she doesn't even like give a fuck about the last time I took her out? You know what I'm saying? Does that make any fucking sense to you? Silly goose.
What you said, silly goose?
It's okay because we just met. You didn't feel like I missed you, bitch. I went to Colombia. How many times do I have to fucking tell you that? I went to Colombia. What you think? I'm maybe hitting you up in Colombia? Fuck. But I didn't know that. I blocked you because this is not the man I went on a date with. Bitch, do you not realize what you said? You fucking literally just said, oh, I don't know how to respond. How the fuck do you think I'm supposed to feel? That's what I'm saying. You don't empathize. You don't think about how the other person feels. So what makes you think I'm like ready to just like, change up, take a shower, change up, and take your ass to Nikki? Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. It's gotta be fair, bro. There's gotta be a return of investment. If I fucking take you out, spend all this money on you, buy gifts, buy you fucking clothes, whatever.
He didn't buy me
nothing,
guys.
There's gotta be something in return, bro. Otherwise, what the fuck am I putting all this money into?
And this is where the red pill, I think, is a problem. Y'all are gonna have these men out here going off like this, because like he's crashing out. Yeah, no, if you make interactions this transactional, you are going to have these men thinking it is an investment, right? That them taking someone out is an what are they investing in, and what would they get from this investment? That doesn't make any sense. So you now create these kinds of expectation in these men, where in truth it's like, no, 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 no. You want to get to know her. She wants to get to know you. Y'all decided that y'all were going to go out and that you were going to foot the bill, or y'all going to go 50-50, or whatever it is that you're going to do. There is nothing beyond that you should expect. Nothing. Not a text, not a hug, not even a real goodbye, like nothing. What are you expecting from a $500 investment? And also, like, you can invest and like lose your investment. Like, an investment doesn't mean you get a return on said investment. You just call it a bad investment and move on with your life if you want to make it that specifically transactional. The market crashed, girl, zeroed out, no money. Sorry, went down. Good luck next time. Stock exchange. Maybe not go on the New York Stock Exchange. Maybe go on the Hong Kong. Sorry, because like, what are you talking about?
You don't even give a fuck about me. You don't even like miss me. You couldn't even say, "Oh, I miss you too." You couldn't even say that. Like, what a clown. Let's see what you say. I blocked you because this is blah blah blah. We literally had conversations about capitalism and materialism, and I told you I wasn't into that. It doesn't matter what you tell me, woman. It matters what you show me. You literally said, I don't know how to respond. That tells me right there, you don't give a fuck about anything that happened to you. That's what that fucking tells me. Is that right or wrong? Or then what? Tell me what you meant when you said you don't know how to respond. That makes no fucking sense, bro. I keep fucking giving points and you're just like not responding to it, telling me I need help. Go fuck yourself. You need help, bitch. Of course I'm gonna call you out your. Oh. You disrespecting me for? Come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. I just told you the return of investment has to be correct. Come on, bro. Like you're being a fucking idiot. Imagine if Drake took you out. You know?
What I told y'all about Drake. What did I tell you? Every single time these men look up from wherever they are up into Drake's tax bracket, reach up there and attempt to pull him down into whatever they are. They always do this. It never fails. All of these incels, for some reason, point to Drake. I don't know what. I'm assuming it's because of that video that he released. Allegedly. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah, you're not about to talk to me saying bro more than once. You don't even have one time to say bro. Like, what do you mean? Come on, bro. Drake 5 said he is the tequila happy of Colombia. Period. Champagne poppy wear. Come on, bro. Yo, bro. We ain't doing that, bro. Yeah, bro. trying to go, bro. Y'all want to go to Nikki Beach, bro? Finna go to Nikki Beach, yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Bro.
Would you have told him, oh, I don't know how to respond? No, you wouldn't have. You would. I'm gonna call you out your name. Of course, I'm gonna call you out your name. You disrespecting me? Come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. I just told you the return of investment has to be correct. Come on, bro. Like you're being a fucking idiot. Imagine if Drake took you out. You know, would you have told him, oh, I don't know how to respond? No, you wouldn't have. You would have acknowledged him, and you would have said, hey, what's up? Oh, I know you were in Colombia. I miss you too. You know? Damn, bitch. You're saying this true color shit, bitch. This is me. I've never changed, bitch. I've never fucking changed. You don't want to switched up, talking about, oh, well, I don't know how to respond. You know, it's been like a week and a half. I'm just so clueless. I have nothing to say. Like, what the fuck are you saying? You sound like a fucking clown. You know, I took you out on your fucking birthday, and you talk about, oh, I don't know how to respond. Fuck yourself. And if you can't see where I'm coming from, you're a fucking idiot. I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't care if you got big tits, big ass. Like, come on, it's gotta be like, come on, bro. I done fucked so many types of women. I need stability in my life, bitch. You gotta have a good head on your shoulders. I got plenty of money. I'm like, come on, bro. Come on. What the fuck are we doing here? What the fuck are you doing? You gotta come fucking correct. That's why.
What do you mean she has to come? She doesn't want to come with you. Stop telling her to come correct when she literally is like, leave. She literally blocked you. That's how much she does not want to come around you and be around you. You're talking, why are you giving her directions on how to approach you when she's literally telling you not to? Y'all, this don't make no sense. You gotta come correct. You're on the phone dry begging at this point, like you are pleading with this woman unsuccessfully with all the curse words you can muster. It doesn't even sound like you know how to curse. Like it's wild. Like, come on, bro. Ain't nobody care about that. Ain't nobody. I see why she probably made the video. She's like, oh, ain't nobody scared of this man. So you probably should. She's like, girl, this fake gangster voice ain't doing it. This man thinking saying bro makes him sound tough. You know how they got the Valley girls, they got the surfer dudes. You fake doing the surfer voice ain't gonna scare anyone. It's like when my friend from the UK gets upset with me and start yelling, and I'm like, girl, it's a guy, but I'm like, girl, anybody trying to hear none of that? You being mad is just funny right now. Give up, bro. I told this man, let's go get a cup of tea when he was mad. in my best British accent that I could muster. He was livid, and I just fell on the floor laughing. Bro. And the thing is, no. It's not like the Jamaican British. It is like the Queen's English, like just so perfect. This is why I shouldn't fit worshiper. Oh, I know. I've been trying not to drag this man, but he make it so hard. For men like me, trying to have some integrity, you make it hard for me.
Your punk ass is single. You talking all this bullshit, but you're single. You got all these big tits, big ass. You're so nice. You're so amazing, but you're single. Tell me about it. Why are you fucking single? There's a reason.
I am sorry. Report him, restraining order, all of that. Nothing I'm about to say should mean anything to anyone. But how do you take that man serious with that voice on the phone? Can you imagine? It's like, but like, can you just like message? All right, hey, so I'm filming a TikTok of you and what you were just saying. So can you like do it again? Send me back the same thing, right? Just send it back to me, but like can you drop your octave like 3 octaves? Can you take it to at least a baritone? Like I would prefer it at a bass, but like at a soprano, like soprano C better sing it on the high note, girl. I can't play this in public because they're gonna laugh, and I need them to understand how scared I was. So like I'm gonna need you to drop it. If I heard this, I'd just laugh. And you should laugh. You should take this seriously and report it.
Why? Because of this. Why am I single? Because American women suck. Every time I go out of the country, it's like instant, like crazy, bro. I mean, even out of this,
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna have a dweeb on the phone talking to like, all right, girl, let's go watch Naruto. Let's go. That's so toxic. That is a let's go watch Naruto, girl. Let's go. Let's go find out if Vegeta ever. Let's go find out if Vegeta ever passes Kakarot. 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 Period. You better go, Timmy. You let her know. Let her know Timmy ain't no average kid. And everyone understand. Mom and dad and Vicky might be giving him command. Tell him you're not going up in your room. Give him magic little fishy grants ever wish. His magic little fishy grants ever wish. Because not me making fun of. Hearing this man with this voice act out like this is wild.
Out of Miami too, but like out of the state, it's way easier. But still, it's like you American women are so fucking burnt out. It don't matter what a nigga do, It's like you're just gonna like be like, why even ask me to take you to Nikki Beach if you're not interested at the park?
Girl, no. Bring the energy back up. You don't get to be down there begging, oh my God, when are you taking me to Nikki Beach? I don't want to go to Nikki Beach. If you didn't like me, no. You started cursing and all of that. You don't get to drop down into that. No. Mm-mm. We don't need the sadness. You need to bring that up. You need to bring the energy back. Not him on the phone getting tired. He on the phone dragging till he tired, girl. Just begging, like, oh my God, Nikki Beach, we were gonna go to Nikki Beach, and you don't want to go to Nikki Beach, and I wanted to go to Nikki Beach, please, Nikki Beach, I want Nikki Beach. Can we? Man, you don't get to start begging after you drag this woman. Like either you go full in or out. Like ain't nobody got time. Like you out there crying. What is this crying? I'm getting sympathy feelings right now, and ain't nobody to have time for that after you just yelled at this woman, cursed her out, called her all kinds of names, out there crying. And then Nikki Beach, we were supposed to go to Nikki Beach, and we were crying, and I want to go to Nikki Beach, and you thought you were going to go to Nikki Beach, and we were supposed to go to Nikki Beach, and we sad, I'm going to Colombia, and I go to Colombia, and you didn't say you missed me, and I missed you, and we were supposed to go. I am so delusional right now. I need to go to bed. Right. Yeah. Man, I haven't slept. I slept all of 2 hours and 48 for 2 hours.
I don't know if they don't like me. Like, that's fine. I have options, but like, don't fucking tell me, oh, take me to Nikki Beach, and then right after say, oh, well, I don't know how to fucking respond. Fuck you. Like, you don't realize, bro. Like, you women are just fucking trash, bro. Because you act like the nigga, the nigga talking to you was like, oh my God, you're so aggressive. This is not the guy that I met. Yeah, the guy that you met fucking brought you on a $500 dinner, bitch. Only for you to say today, oh, I don't know how to respond. Am I still talking to the same guy? Fuck you. Like, bitch, like, what did your ex put you through? I'm sure you didn't do a goddamn thing except sit there and be a bitch. The fuck did he do to you? Did he beat you? No. Did he take any money from you? No. Didn't do nothing. Like, black women always want to put a black man down, bro. No matter what it is.
This
I don't
is
see no pictures of no nigga on your fucking.
Mind you, we never talked about my ex because I don't talk about exes on the first
big
date.
face. I learned so much from my fucking ex-girlfriends. I just don't give a fuck anymore. If you're gonna treat me like shit, I'll treat you like shit, bitch. Oh, I don't know how to respond. Well, okay. Stick my finger up your ass.
Y'all hear them cocaine sniffs too, right? Oh, okay.
Oh my God, I fucking hate living here, bro. I really do. I really, 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 really do. I really, 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 really do. I hate living.
Okay, wait. The BetterHelp suggestion was a good one. Wait, no. I'm not trying to laugh. Wait, no. I'm not trying to laugh. But the BetterHelp suggestion was actually a good one. It wasn't even a read anymore. It's like actually help. Girl, why are you helping this man? First. Second, this man is going through it. This man is actually going through it. Yeah, this man is actually going through it. This man is crashing out. He have he has all of this and don't know what to do with it. So he's just like crashing out on her. And that's so sad. I wish the police could have just showed up to his place. I was like, this man is crying on her phone. These men are crying out for help. He sound like he got picked last in gym class. Well, if they're playing basketball, he probably didn't get picked at all. It's fun. I didn't play basketball either. I don't sigh. How you know when she
Doing it, bro. Because of fucking bullshit women like you, bro. You're fucking hate you. Like, look at, we could have talked about it. If you came at me respectfully, fuck you, bitch. You disrespected me. Go fuck yourself. We could have talked about, bitch. We're talking about it right now. And you're still a bitch. You still won't pick up the phone because you're a fucking kid. You're immature. Go fuck yourself. You don't know how to treat a man. That's why your fucking last relationship failed. My last relationship lasted 4 years. Your last relationship is like you don't even talk about it. You haven't even talked about
We
it.
literally never talked about my last relationship. You're making all these assumptions.
Throwing tits and ass and all that. You can't even keep a man? I wonder why. Because you're a gold digger. Because you're a cunt.
Sir, aren't you single spending money in Colombia? How you go? Sigh. How you know when she how you gonna cry? Ciao. Bye.
Because you have nothing to offer in any kind of relationship. All you do is say, I don't know how to respond. Can you take me to the beach? Like, don't sit up here thinking, like, I'm desperate for you. That's the only way that can be interpreted. Like, you think I'm desperate for you or some shit. After I didn't talk to you for like a week and a half. I don't know what the fuck is on your mind, bro. You're just a fucking clown to me. I don't even respect you anymore after you said that shit. You know? I was willing to just take you out. Like, okay, like, you know, she might be a gold digger, but I'll still take her out and have fun. She seems like a cool girl. But then you're going to say, oh, I tell you, I fucking I do try to be genuine with your stupid black punk ass. Tell you I miss you. What do you tell me? Oh, I have no idea how to respond to that, buddy. You know, I don't even know why you said that. Like,
I don't know why he's doing that voice when that's like actually what he sounds like. I mean, to me, that's before he did the voice, I didn't realize that there was another step in the direction of that voice, right? So, like, the voice he just did is the voice I hear when I hear. Oh, period. I just look up Nikki Beach in Miami and it's so beautiful. It's like a restaurant luxury beach club. Yeah, we looked it up on here and I'm going. I want to know what all this fuss is about. I'll vlog it. I want to know what, thank you. And you don't stop, yo. I'm gonna find out what this fuss is about.
wow. The fuck is you, Kevin Hart? What was you, Monique now? You Monique? Fuck ass bitch.
Yeah, so that was that. So mind y'all, I sent this message before I listened to all of the voice messages and how disrespectful they were. I said I could understand how you could have misinterpreted my message and it upset you, but there's no reason to defend myself because it's gone too far. Yes, we had a good time, but not good enough to come back from you calling me out my name. He said if we had such a good time, then you would hear me out instead of being passive aggressive. You wouldn't just be so quick to block me like I'm some kind of psycho. Women like you never ever pick up the phone like a grown woman. But keep it real, I don't think you was really interested in me if you're gonna tell me you don't know how to respond. That's some clown shit in my book. I said
I don't care. I don't know why you're like bleeding. You're, oh my God, no! I promise I wasn't a gold digger. I promise I was. Nobody care. No, that man don't deserve any response. Like no, block, 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 block. Nope, 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 nope. Not doing that. Bye. You didn't love me, okay, but I loved you, and. Please, no. No. Don't engage. Do not feed the trolls. You get, do not throw pearls before swines go. Anybody got time? Themis, there's more. Oh, really? How? Oh my. All right. Let's continue. City boy is down -300. Period.
I would have heard you out if you came respectfully. He said, I had every right to call you out of your name because you disrespected me. Why would I come at you respectfully when you disrespected me like that? So how was I supposed to interpret it? I keep asking you, but you're not responding. I said, I was interested in you, but you clearly don't believe that. So it doesn't matter what I say. He said, you see that passive aggressive bullshit you're doing? I was this and I was that. And we had such a great time and great fun and this and that, but extremely passive aggressive. And you never even apologized once. You don't respond to a man saying you don't know how to respond when he did good by you. Are you listening? I said, have you apologized for calling me a fat, worthless bitch who should kill myself, nigga? he said, okay, I mean, yeah, I apologize for that, but that shit hurt when you say you don't know how to respond. That's basically saying you don't miss me, as if I'm not shit to you. So I'm sure you can understand how that frustrated me. If not, then that's clown shit, and I stand by that, because I did good by you till you said this stupid ass shit that angered me. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all, it's just more and more and more messages. Then he goes to tell me, I told you that I don't care about tits and ass and all that shit. I used to do porn with over 50 videos. Want to see? Hold on, you think I'm playing? Then proceeds to send me his links of him doing porn. Y'all, when I tell you a bullet was dodged, he just kept going. I said, I hope you feel better.
Girl, you worried about a bullet? Sex work is real work. I believe that. Last time I had critiques, I was told I was elitist. So I'm trying to beat these elitist allegations because that was taken out of context. But like, you do what now? And she out here entertaining I hope she only entertained for content. I hope I want to talk to her. What's her name? Just Jalen. All right, just Jalen on TikTok. Just Jalen. Let's tell her that Themis and Thoth would like to speak and confirm that Themis and Thoth is in fact one individual. If your testicles never dropped, was a maybe. I'm finishing a structural design exam, saying hi. Aw, good luck. Good luck. We're here for you when you're done. You got this. I don't know a structural design exam, so I'm assuming architect, but period.
Better with all that off your chest, and I hope you found what you're looking for. He said, you're a cunt, kill yourself, bitch. I said, okay. He said, that's why you're single. You're just a bitch with your hand out, talking about you don't miss me. Well, bitch, then miss me. You're just a fat black bitch with big tits and broke as fuck playing innocent. Da, 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 da. I said, if I'm all that, then why are you so mad? And then he just kept going. Y'all, I told him, the last thing I said to him was that he said that I begged him to take me to Nikki Beach. I said, I never begged you to take me anywhere. And again, you suggested both places. And then I blocked him once again. And then I called the police and filed a police report. After literally messaging, harassing me, calling me from all different types of numbers for hours, he then decides to go through my social media and begin sending messages to my friends and people that follow me. This is what he sends to one of my homegirls, like, sir, you're completely unhinged. Like, this type of behavior is so freaking scary, because what are you on?
I can't stand that. Took her to dinner and then she going to respond with some. Okay. But like, why? Like this text to her friend doesn't make sense. like what was this gonna accomplish outside of providing more evidence that you're kind of unhinged? This is at least a restraining order. This is at least. Oh, the rock girl. I got my A. I hope you said A in intermediate accounting too. Oh, congrats. I don't know if this is the rock girl or the daughter or her daughter. Congrats. That's so amazing. Congrats. I'm gonna do my little dance. I cannot be held accountable for anything I say on this live stream because please note that I'm seeing doubles, like I'm seeing double in the chat, but I'm gonna push through.
Literally, to be this angry, this like hostile after going on one date and you're acting like I disrespected you, I did something wrong to you, when literally I just wanted to address the discrepancy between your words and your actions. Like, this is insane. I'm not gonna lie, I was about to call my ex back and let him know I want my family back. Like, that man done messed up. Let that be known. He done messed up. But this was way out of my comfort zone. I literally never expected things to blow up like this. I was genuinely hoping we could just have a conversation about, like, where we see things going. You feel me? Being like just super honest about the rate and speed that we want to like progress things. I didn't know that was like such a offense. Yeah. And there's parts of this where, I kikied and I laughed and all of that stuff. But honestly, none of this is really funny. The police came over and I filed a case report. And I could kind of tell that they also weren't taking it that serious. And I just watch a lot of true crime, you feel me? I just study psychology. I just see the type of behaviors that are red flags. And this is beyond red flag behavior.
Here's a tip, particularly around restraining orders. It's not legal. Can't say what I'm about to say, actually. If you, when you send a message, be very clear that you do not want contact, and that this is a sort of warning to disengage, and they should not be engaging with you at all. Just be very clear about that in a text, and do not go back and forth after that text. Not legal advice. You don't have to take that. That's something that like people should know generally. So like I'm not giving advice on anything. All right. I'm gonna move on from her because apparently there's a part 2, but ain't nobody got time. Young Thug's attorney, I'm just gonna quickly go through this. I actually should have started this with this. Was arrested. He was arrested, but I'm actually siding with the attorney. The prosecutor and the judge had an ex parte communication with a witness in the case who was initially not going to testify, but apparently he was pressured into testifying. And so Young Thug's attorney stood up in court and was saying that the judge, one, needed to recuse himself, but also explain, like, why were you having ex parte communication with this witness? Again, you are talking to the witness without me there while I am defending this man who is about to lose his freedom. What do you mean? So the judge held him in contempt and wanted to lock him up. Thankfully, his wife is an attorney. They appealed. He is now out. But I think this brings up a very important question, I think both legally and culturally, about sort of the judge's power within the courtroom to maintain order. Because on one hand, I can acknowledge that the judge wanting to have the information of who told you that I was having this communication with this witness. That is important. I need to know, right? And I can also understand the attorney saying, attorney-client privilege, and not explaining any further. Now the judge is stuck with that, saying, well, did someone tell your client and your client told you, girl, I can't answer that question? And the judge knows he's not about to answer that question, because if someone told the client and the client told him, that would be protected under attorney-client privilege. The rules of ethics there would apply. So it seemed a bizarre thing, like an actually super bizarre thing, that the judge would hold him in contempt and try to lock him up for that. And then the other attorney who is working with Young Thug comes up and says the same thing, and the judge is like, I'm not gonna lock you up. So you can try to come up here to protest, but you're gonna have to carry the case because I'm not gonna hold you in contempt. And so it's like this weird double standard that exists. And this is what the attorney wants. This is what Young Thug attorney wants. He wants to muddy the water so much. And to be fair, the prosecutor and the judge, in my opinion, seem to be mishandling this case in a bizarre way. Like everything should be by the book in such a well, in every case, but for such a public case, you would want it all to be by the book, everything to be on the record, nothing to be weird. The judge indicated that the conversation was on the record, even though it was ex parte. So they can request to hear it, but I don't know if the judge is going to let them hear it or if the judge and the prosecutor, in fact, pressured the witness to testify. I think that is going to be a wild thing to see. But then, does this mean that the appeal will be an easy one? Because after this, if Young Thug is convicted, there's going to be an appeal. And what will that appeal look like when the court, the appeals court, is looking at the lower court, the court of first impression, and seeing their procedural process being a mess? Like that is wild. Should this be a mistrial? Should the motion for mistrial is not going, the judge not going to hold that. The motion to have the judge recuse himself, that's not, the judge is not going to rule in favor of that. So this is interesting. I didn't realize I would be. I don't think that I thought about this case in the way of like procedural problems being the way out, right? Because you're not about to convince me that Young Thug and Slime and all of that wasn't a, was isn't a gang that engage in criminal activity. Y'all not about to convince me that. You're not going to tell me the acronyms mean loving under God or whatever it is that they said the acronym. You're not about to convince me any of that, right? So that's the first thing. But it is not me who you need to convince. In the court of law, the prosecution has a duty to provide the evidence and prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this man is guilty of said crime. So to sit up there and do all of this kind of meandering and dismissal of sort of procedure is absolutely wild to me. I think it is wild. And I think that the judge should have taken a break, a lunch break, or a break generally, and go and try to figure out how to deal with this issue instead of going back and forth with the attorney and then holding the attorney in contempt for disclosure that the attorney obviously is not about to make. The attorney is not about to tell you where he got the information, particularly if the information was given to his client and then his client gave it to him. And you obviously know that that is protected. Like you obviously know that's protected communication, unless it's illegal. Now, how you gonna prove it's illegal is something wild for you, judge. But like, I think this is wild, and it's taking a turn. Like, I don't like when things are convoluted because of procedural issues. But you got to follow them procedures. Now, I'm not going to play this because I just summarized the entirety of what just happened, even though it is like theater in some way. This is definitely theater. I'm not going to play it. So we're going to move on to the final thing today. And what was the fight? Oh my God. Why did I leave this for last? Because I don't want to do it. I do not want to hear this man yell at me. I don't want to. Okay, I'm not going to play this. Let me just summarize and say Stephen A. Smith is a hater, has been a hater, always will be a hater. It is what it is. He is looking at Will Smith's new movie, and he's like, oh, it didn't do as well as the movie before, and we shouldn't talk about it because Will Smith slapped someone and blah, blah, blah. All I heard is, I'm a hater. I will never be as good. I have no talent. I was on big network. Now I was going to drag YouTube. I have to be on YouTube, and nobody cares about anything that I have to say. So being jealous of Will Smith means that I'm going to engage in a way to drag him. But what What this man didn't know is that the culture said, absolutely no, ma'am, we do not eat green eggs and ham. Not our Will Smith. So he is getting dragged over Black Twitter, and he did not expect that. Yo, he thought, he thought, he thought people were against Will Smith because of Jada. And so someone said, play Themis. All right, let me speed it up. Do not tell me to slow it down. Do not tell me to slow it down.
I bring that up because I wanted to get to the latest installment of the Bad Boys franchise, Bad Boys, Ride or Die, which debuted Wednesday. It's the second best reviewed film.
I don't like him. How you gonna walk over looking like you look sitting on the table, pretending like you are some authoritative figure with your heel line all the way at the back of your head, girl? We don't care. We don't care. We do not care.
After Bad Boys for Life, that's what they're telling me. It's also the biggest film for Will Smith since his infamous 2022 Oscars slap of the great comedian himself, the one and only Chris Rock. Pre-sales for Ride or Die are behind that of Bad Boys for Life, of course, which hit a franchise high opening of 101 million worldwide back in early 2020. Domestic projections for Ride or Die were at 50 million, but that reportedly simmered to 40 million. Could the lack of pre-sales be because people have not forgiven Will Smith for that slap right there? How much you want to make it bet it does? And this is why I wanted to have this discussion with y'all. Because I want to emphasize that right now, as we see Will Smith and Martin Lawrence on the circuit.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Opening monologues aren't for everyone. Opening monologues are not for everyone. And I feel like he's trying to give the late night talk show host-esque persona, but it's just for y'all remember Shrek? Y'all remember Shrek? I think it was part 2. You remember Donkey and Puss in Boots? You remember when Donkey and Puss in Boots swapped I think soul or something. You know how Puss in Boots get people to do things by doing that cute little face and like, oh, big eyes. Remember when it's in Donkey and Donkey attempted to do it and everyone was like, you kill it. That's the that's the vibe I'm getting, girl. This is not your
promoting this new film. Once upon a time, you couldn't find a bigger fan of Will Smith than me. Martin Lawrence. You can't find a bigger fan of Martin Lawrence than me. Ladies and gentlemen, in all likelihood, I'm going to go see Bad Boys, Ride or Die. Because I'm such a huge Martin Lawrence fan. And believe it or not, I still will never stop being a Will Smith fan. I'm not surprised at all that pre-sales have simmered. It wouldn't surprise me at all if it ultimately plummeted once all is said and done. And you know why I feel that way, ladies and gentlemen? Because I think that I'm speaking, not for everybody, not for most, but at the very least, millions of people out there. When I say what I'm about to say, I'm not nearly as interested in seeing Will Smith in the movies than I am of seeing him doing an actual sit-down interview with somebody to explain why he did what he did. Now, I want to emphasize this. Will Smith apologized just days after that infamous slap on March 27, 2022 at the Oscars in writing. Then he went on his social media platform, I believe it was Instagram, 4 months later, at which time he apologized again to Chris Rock, articulated that he reached out to Chris Rock's people and was told that Chris Rock wasn't ready to sit down with him. That's not what he wanted to do. And if you don't believe me there, hear for yourself.
I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk. And when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
Fair enough. Normally, under certain circumstances, such as this, as egregious as this was, as much as Will Smith deserved to get his ass kicked for what he did, being a bully, somebody that's 60 pounds at least.
You gotta do it. Go do it. I dare you. Go do it. You can go do it. Is that rain? Oh God, it is raining. Let me go watch Black Clover. I'm gonna watch Black Clover and all. Let me order this oxtail. I love when it rains. I love when it rains at night. On a Friday, girl, I'm gonna order this oxtail Let me play this man while I do it.
Heavier than Chris Rock. I don't think he would have done this to Mike Tyson. I don't think he would have done this to Jamie Foxx. I don't think he would have done this to Snoop Dogg or 50 Cent or somebody like that. He knew who he was doing it to. And that's the personification of a bully. And in my opinion, he deserved to get his ass kicked because of that. Back then. But it's not just about Chris Rock. See, as upset as I am and still remain to that degree, that's because Chris Rock is my friend and I know him. But that ain't the only reason. The biggest issue that I have a problem with, and I'm not saying or advocating any kind of violence like Will Smith deserves that now that all of this time has passed. But at the very least, the black community, especially, deserves seeing Will Smith sit down. I don't care if it's with the Breakfast Club. I don't care if it's with Oprah, because you know it ain't gonna be me, right? You ain't gonna sit down with me, because some questions gonna get asked, okay? But I don't care who it's with. You gotta provide an explanation as to why that happened. It can't be that you went to therapy and you learned the error of your ways, or you've addressed some of the demons that were plaguing you mentally and emotionally and spiritually. That's not good enough. And even though we weren't the ones that were slapped literally, ladies and gentlemen, figuratively, the black community was slapped.
No. Black community was not slapped. The black community was not slapped. What was disrespectful was how that man sat up there, looked at Jada, and decided to disrespect her in front of all of her peers. That was disrespectful. Just sit up there like, hey my God, the black community was slapped. No, you look slapped. You look like you've been through it. Look like all your life your hairline had to fight. Let me stop. Please ignore me. I'm gonna do all my commentary on mute for this. I'm doing all my commentary on mute.
Packer, a big-time producer who happens to be black, was also the first black individual ever assigned to oversee the Oscars. It was a live event, his biggest live event of his career, nationally televised on ABC, reaching over 200 territories worldwide, according to numerous reports. When Will Smith did what he did, that didn't just hurt Chris Rock. It hurt Will Packer's production. That became the story rather than the extraordinary excellence his production talents exhibited for the world to see. And instead of us talking about that, we were talking about this. So it wasn't just Chris Rock.
How much you want to bet if that slap didn't happen, he wouldn't be talking about no kind of production doing nothing? At least now that man finally getting some shine. Ain't nobody know nothing about what's happening. Oh my God, it's the first time a black girl. Ain't nobody care nothing about that. Don't disrespect people's wives. Don't disrespect women generally. Or else Will Smith gonna show up. Will Smith gonna show up, slick back, ponytail, looking like an iced tea.
It was also Will Packer. It was also every black producer that's out there that's aching for an opportunity to get this shot at producing a program.
Yeah, he is aching for a late night talk show. Yeah, he is aching for something. He's aching for some of Will Smith attention. Girl, you not the type. Not now, not ever. Sorry, I'm trying to find which Jamaican place I want to order from. I look for the most disrespectful Jamaican place to order from. That's what I do. That's what I like. Actually, I want ackee and saltfish, but they only cook that for breakfast. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Let me see what else I have on. Oh, it's him. He's the last one.
Like the Academy Awards. That's what Will Smith did. Thereafter, did you see the movie Emancipation? Will Smith was sensational. Will Smith could have won an Oscar for that. Who is standing next to Will Smith? That's a black director. That's a black producer. His name is Antoine Fuqua. One of the best in the world.
Is that the same cheating Antoine Fuqua that was out here dipping it and doing it with the Murphy lady? Is that the same Antoine Fuqua? What's that girl from Waiting to Exhale? I forgot her name. Is that the same Antoine Fuqua out here cheating? I feel like that name is too specific to not be him. I'm just going to go ahead and say it's him.
You ever see Olympus Has Fallen? You ever see Training Day? You ever seen Antoine Fisher? You ever seen the Equalizer movies with Denzel Washington? I can't even tell y'all about the movie that's coming out on Michael Jackson. Oh my Lord. That's Antoine Fuqua, one of the best on the planet. He might have won an Oscar. But Will Smith did what he did. And that movie came out, I believe it was on Apple, the next year or so. Residue from the infamous slap still permeating through in the minds, hearts, and souls of so many people in Hollywood, but especially the black community. Black excellence. It's all over the place, ladies and gentlemen. Black folks don't play. In front of the camera, behind the camera. Producers, directors, writers, talent everywhere, all over the place. It was on the verge of getting exponentially more noticed. And then Will Smith did that. And all of a sudden, that became something that was attached to so many instead of their excellence. Antoine Fuqua is incredible. Will Packer is incredible. The staffs they have working for them that they've assembled are incredible. Will Smith thought about none of that when he did what he did. He didn't think about the fact that Denzel Washington was just a few feet away from him and had to talk to him and get him calmed down because he was screaming, "Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth." Tyler Perry was right there. Black excellence all over the place. Either indirectly connected, directly connected, or inevitably attached and tarnished by Will Smith's actions. When we use the word forgivable or forgiveness, that's for Chris Rock to deal with. This is his call. He could have had the man arrested that night and insisted to the LAPD that not be the case. Could have pressed charges thereafter and insisted on not doing that to Will Smith, not making the incident any bigger than what it was. Yes, he came out with his own flip the next fix, got about 20 million for it. After that, he probably walked home with about 6. But Chris Rock is damaged. In the day and age of mental illness or traumatic incidences that affects one's mind and psyche and what have you, yeah, you might see him at Knicks games. Yeah, you might see him still going about the business of performing on tour, doing his job or handling his business. Chris Rock will never get over that, ever. Will Smith apologized. I'm not saying he even has to apologize. I'm saying that while I watch him and Martin Lawrence promoting this movie, and I'm quite sure the reason he hasn't addressed it is because the studios don't want him to, and there's an obligation that you have with them, all fair, I get it. But somewhere along the way, he has to sit down and talk to the black community. You can see all the white people around Will Smith all you want to. Black folks have loved and revered this man for decades. He was the closest thing to perfection, as his friend Charlie Mack once told me, for decades. Everybody makes a mistake. This is not hatred. I love Will Smith still. But you got to have a conversation as to why you did that.
Girl, he don't. They're not going. Chris Rock is never gonna forget it. How are you gonna forget it when you keep bringing it up? How are you gonna forget it when you look at the box office numbers and decided, oh, the movie isn't doing as well as it was projected to do. Perfect time to talk about Will Smith and the slap, and let's get into that. Also, Chris Rock will never live this down. He will never forget it because of what happened to him. He won't, because you keep bringing it up. You're boring. Even how are you monotone and loud? How is the dial all the way turned up on your voice and still monotone? How are you this boring while also being this dramatic about absolutely nothing? Like, no one cares. Literally, no one cares what you have to say. Maybe about sports, but like, girl, we all listened to this, dragged you all over. He came back talking about, oh, he not apologizing, but he want to address some things. Girl, he got dragged. He got dragged so bad over Twitter. I think his hairline went back at least 4 inches. Yeah, when I said on the train ride home, I just started laughing. I should have taken some pictures. I just started laughing looking at it. One of them had a whole football game playing. Someone edited a football. Yeah, right. Y'all know. Talking about football, I have to show y'all a picture that I saw of Rihanna, and I'm only doing it on here. I'm not even gonna put it on the screen. I'm just gonna do it from my phone because there is no reason. I forgot the artist who did it, but look at look at look at this. Who did that? Yeah, who did that? I saw this on Twitter, and I literally had to This dragon is diabolical. This dragon is diabolical. Wait, yo. One thing is, you're not going to tell Mariana don't look good. I refuse. I refuse to accept. I refuse to accept anything that says Rihanna don't look good. I refuse. But yeah. Tell me why. I was in an establishment, I won't say the name, last night. And I don't know why. I wanted comfort food and I don't eat fried chicken like that. Like, I don't care about a stereotype. I'll eat whatever I want to eat, whenever I want to eat it. But I was on the thing, and the fried chicken was the biggest thing on the menu. And they were like, we are known for this fried chicken. It is what it is. It is spicy, hot fried chicken. So I was like, hot fried chicken? That's a weird name. Let me get it and see what is up. Let me test this fried chicken. Tell me why they fried the chicken and then put the seasoning on it after. I was so confused. I don't know if you can see it, but like, you can. It's fine. All right, you can. The seasoning, I took a bite. The seasoning is on the fry. Like, the seasoning is like, I was going to say outside of the chicken, but like, it is like, it's like you can dust it off. You can. So when I was looking up the Rihanna picture, I saw this picture and I remembered. I was like, last night I remember dusting off, seasoning off my chicken and tasting it and realizing that there's no seasoning in the breading and on the actual chicken. The seasoning is on top of the fried chicken. There's a pile of seasoning on top of the chicken. I was here and I was like, I was like, wait, so there's no taste. Like the chicken had no taste if I brush the seasoning off. Like, I shouldn't be able. Are you gonna have a dry rub, girl? What do you mean a dry rub? Like, it's not crab. Anyway. Sorry. He came back after being dragged mercilessly online, and let's go into the after show so I can play this for y'all. Meanwhile, the Academy gave an Oscar, period, Roman Polanski, a man who has, well, he was applauded for winning, isn't he? Right, right. Like, I'm so annoyed also because in his apology, he does this weird thing where he's like, appealing to the white gaze, like, what do white people think of us? I'm like, girl, you think Will Smith slap is what's gonna make them think we're violent? You think, first of all, you care. Second of all, you think that's why you think the narrative about black people and the stereotypes around black people started with Will Smith, was amplified in any meaningful way by Will Smith. You like, girl, you just blaming, you're looking for someone to blame. I think the wrong person. Let me stop. I am not that sleepy. MJ, did Will reject him or something? Girl, probably everyone rejected this man at some point or another. Just loud and obnoxious. He sounds like that passport boy that was rejected by the beautiful woman. Stephen, even your hairline rejected to be near your hair. Lou! And nope, 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 nope. Leave black people.
As most things that I usually do, it's just the way it goes for me. I'm not here to apologize for anything, but I am here to clarify because I want to make.
You know what? I can understand like why he's mad. I won't say it. I won't say because it's not fair and not right. But like watching him right now, I can understand.
Make sure that everybody understands where I was coming from. When I spoke Friday about Will Smith and the new Bad Boy movies, the Bad Boys Ride or Die movie coming out with him and Martin Lawrence that had been out for a couple of days. First things first, our initial reporting was stating
I'll eat your brain and I'm gonna start rocking gold teeth and fangs because that's what a monster do here just from Milan. That's a monster crew. Monster just to be healed. That's the monster shoe.
that it was coming up short compared to what it had done numbers wise in the past at the box office for Bad Boys 1, 2, and 3. Well, it turns out that this was a very productive weekend for Bad Boys Ride or Die. And Martin Lawrence and Will Smith deserve a boatload of credit for that.
All right. So this is why I feel biased. Like, even if he wasn't talking about Will Smith or I wasn't disagreeing with him, something about his like, I don't like using the word energy, but I'm gonna use the energy or vibe or whatever. Let's get esoterical. I'm kidding. I don't know what I'm talking about. But like something about him just like I find it so repugnant and repelling. And I don't actually know if it's fear. I don't know if it's fear for me to like acknowledge that feeling that I get with him. Like, I just find him to be like a hater and like revolting, but I'm not sure. Like, obviously, I can find why and things that he said, but I don't think it's just that he said it. I think it is how he's like talks. Something about him feels very like I don't fully know how what it is, and I don't think it's energy. I think on a subconscious level through evolution we have gotten away from it, but somewhere in our brain we were able to pick up on very sort of minute details in how people interact that is indicative of their character, and now we do it on like a subconscious level, and we're not like obviously subconscious, so we're not fully aware of it. So like I don't know what exactly about him. It is the tone, if it's the mannerism, the hairline, the wrinkling time on his forehead. I'm oh my god, I did not just say that. Ah, that's not great. All right, let's move on.
Because they got people returning to the movie theaters. So that was a huge, huge plus, and we can't ignore that. And let's give props where props is due. But I want to get more specific into what my take is before I have my boy on. Even though we're both in a similar venue, we're right near one another. I was having some technical difficulties, so he's going to be in a separate room because we down here in Florida. But he's right here in the same vicinity as me. I just got him in a separate room, and I'll let you see who he is in a second. Let me say this to y'all. I don't know if I'll ever get over what Will Smith did to Chris Rock. But that doesn't mean I have to. And it doesn't mean that it's a license for me to negatively impact Will Smith. Will Smith slapping Chris Rock was a devastating thing. I'm not talking just for Chris Rock, who's a friend of mine. I'm talking for the black community because obviously Will Packer was the first black producer to be doing the Oscars in its history. And that was a devastating blow to him. Will Smith came out with Emancipation a year later for Apple and all of that stuff. Will Smith was sensational in that movie.
All right. Your lips they're too thin to be hanging. Like if I stop talking and I let my bottom lip hang, you would understand that because like big or whatever, right? But you don't have any. How is it non-existent and still hanging? Like it's still like like how do you like? The muscles should not take that much work to like hold that that bottom lip, girl. Hurry up and get through your monologue. Ain't nobody got time for it. I don't feel bad about that either because I'm annoyed. Like, girl, get to the point. Oh my God, I don't have to forgive. We don't care. You can forgive. You can choose to not forgive. You can engage. You can choose not. We don't care. You have never been relevant. It's fine. Let it go.
So was Antoine Fuqua, the esteemed director and producer extraordinaire. One could easily argue that both of them would have won an Oscar for that, and that Will slap cost Will Smith and Antoine Fuqua an Oscar. That's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about black folks everywhere aspiring to be in this business, aspiring to succeed, and something like that happens and it was a blemish on all of us. Because I know how much white America reveres Will Smith. And the thinking along the lines in my mind was, hell, if he did that, what would the rest of us do? There are certain things that happen in the lives of an individual where those incidences are used as a license to castigate the rest of us. And that's what I was thinking about when I said what I said Friday about being torn as to wanting to go see the movie, but not wanting to see Will Smith. I wasn't encouraging anybody else not to do it. I was just saying that I was having trouble dealing with it. And then I got a call from my man, Charlie Mack. Charlie Mack is Will Smith's former security, good friend of Will Smith, closely connected to Will Smith for decades. I've known Charlie Mack for nearly 30 years. I got a lot of love for him. And he was on fire, calling me because he disagreed with my opinion and was going back and forth with me about it. And then he caught me because he says, Stephen A., what about Grace? What about Grace? This is how he feeds his family. This is how he earns his living. He don't have a right to earn a living ever again. He can't make a mistake, Stephen A., when he never made a mistake before. That's a damn good point. Bigger point he made was Martin Lawrence. Because we all look at Martin Lawrence. If you watch Martin from back in the day, ladies and gentlemen, you can't find nobody that loved Martin Lawrence more than me. That brother is brilliant. That brother has done nothing but create laughs and laughter for us for decades. We should all revere him. And he's the one that brought Will Smith on to Bad Boys. And Will Smith's still doing Bad Boy movies with him. Because you know he...
Bald head, bad belt, butch body, shot of Miss Crockett. This thing fits a lot of situations.
Damn sure ain't trying to do it with anybody else. That's love right there. That's loyalty right there. And then you got to take into account the inordinate amount of people who work on a movie and how they're employed and how they have opportunities. And all because Will Smith is doing what he's doing. And then you got to take into account the fact that throughout Will Smith's life, not just his career, there has been exponentially far more good than bad.
I don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Y'all, that lady on that story, I don't care nothing what this man have to say. There was a part of it that engaged with like white society and his view of white society and the implication of that. And I don't like this. People are like, "Oh my God, just give me." I just need to be at the table. I don't need a seat. I could be on the floor, laying down, face front. It's fine. I don't like those kinds of people. Like, no, if you're gonna be at the table, shake it. So I don't know. So I'm just gonna move on from it. And I don't think I have the mental bandwidth to engage. Honestly, like I feel like my brain, an hour and a half ago, my brain shut down. I think about an hour and a my brain shut down and I was just on pure autopilot. So for the last hour and a half, I know what I've done. I take full accountability for everything I've done. But like not really. It's the accountability that says, but I was not fully myself. I hope I didn't curse on here. In any case, I appreciate you all so very much. My food said it was close by. Um, and I realized I haven't eaten today either. So not only have I not slept, not only have I not slept, I came and sat down and I just worked all day. Period. Tomorrow I'm gonna get my hair retwisted. Actually, if I get done at a reasonable time, I'm just gonna do a live tomorrow where we come up and discuss that lady who went out on that date. Apparently she has other videos, so we can just do that. But the way I go to these women to do my hair, and the last time, no, not the last time, the time before last, she twisted the first part of my hair, like right here. She disappeared. And I'm like, oh, she's probably been doing it all day, whatever. So she disappears. I said, okay, maybe she's at the bathroom. She didn't come back in 10 minutes. So I was like, okay, maybe she's eating lunch or dinner. It was really late. So whatever. I think 45 minutes to an hour passed. And I was like, okay, girl, where are you? After like an hour and 30 minutes, I got up to go to one of the other ladies. And I was like, where's the person? They go, oh, she said that you're too tall. By the way, I'm not that tall. I'm average height. Um, and she couldn't reach the top of your head. So I was like, girl. So when she did go, when was she going to tell me that she can't twist the rest of my hair? In any case, she comes back after the lady I talked to yelled at her. She comes back and she just like starts twisting the rest of my hair. There's a stool that you can stand on to reach people. She didn't even need it. She did not need it at all. She just continued twisting. So I was like, you left and disappeared for over an hour and a half, and you came back and then just did it because you can. Every time I go, there's some other foolishness. Like every single time I go, there's some. I I was told to get there. I said I want to get in and out, so I'm gonna come early. They said the earliest you can come is 9 a.m. I showed up at 9 a.m. on the dot. I should have came earlier. And you want to know, they weren't ready for me until it was like 4. So I sat there from 9 a.m. I had stuff that I needed to do, and I brought my work to edit because like they'd be tearing out my hair and just like ripping it and combing it back and like doing all kinds of foolishness. But I like how it looks aesthetically after, so I still go back. And so I always bring work or something that I need to do so that I can take my mind off of the absolute pain that I'm going through. Like I'm physically going through pain as they yank my head back and forth. And finally, one of the African ladies just like grabbed the end of my hair and just combed it. And that was such a relief. Because instead of like grabbing the end of my hair and combing it out, what they would do is just like just do this. So my head is like dragged. I don't think they like me. I don't think they. The lady was like, "Oh, there's so much here. There's so much here." I can't tell because I look down on the floor and all the hair is literally on the floor. Anyway, so I'm gonna go through that tomorrow. So I might come back here just like with a headache because I've never not gotten a headache afterwards. So I'll see you all. The things I do for this traveling that I have, my vacation. Have a good one. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'm thinking about not doing any more laser. All right. Bye. It was fun. I'm gonna have videos up for y'all. I have videos. All right, bye.